Lost, that's childish. God. Anyway, so, back to Septem. Time to get, this party started. Boy, this music is not a good way to start the day, I'm not gonna lie. That's awfully down. That's a little bit of FP right there. I've been enjoying that about this account. Me and Cairo just throwing FP at each other like crazy. I guess medals because of Booty Lancer. 950 for a follower? Is that what the bottom number is for? Somebody's doing the gimmick. Oh, chat, we can do a summon. We're starting with the Gasha today. Alright. What are we gonna get, chat? Kinda underwhelming so far. Oh no, I don't even care that she's not in the rules. I'd burn that anyway. Like that could be allowed and I would burn that. God damn. Well, we need rare prisms, so. Okay, Hector copy, that's something. Looks like we got some summon tickets. We can use. Oh yeah, I gotta unlock her here. Get out of here. How many do we need for Arjuna? The craft essence. I think it's 5, so I need 2 more. I really could use some filters. Like have a tab, like 4 or 5 tabs at the top here, and then this is wasted space. So that you could have craft essences, mystic codes, etc. Okay, so we need 2 more. Hell, we might want to limit break that at some point. That's a lot of rare prisms to do that, but we could use the help for Fluffy. Let me make sure I don't have anything else I can burn here. Oh, Dear Mid. Feels bad, it's actually like Dear Mid, but he's not in the rules! Alright, we need 1 more rare prism. Soon trademark. Maybe these summon tickets will get it done. You know, I don't like Wu at all, but at least she's a quick support, kind of. It's worth limit breaking on an account that doesn't have any other use of its rare prisms, really. And we're gonna have more rare prisms than most people. And Fluffy is gonna be so difficult, we're gonna need all the help we can get, and the extra starting NP and attack stat is definitely worth it. Like, we're gonna need a level 120 Billy with either like a maxed out Black Grail or a maxed out Arjuna CE. It's one or the other. I don't see much of an alternative. And even that, I would be surprised if it's able to win. So we'll see. It's gonna be tough. I actually don't mind that craft essence. Every once in a while anti-debuff is good. It's rare, but it can be good on supports and such. Serenity almost made the cut, but she's slightly too good since her buffs. Alright, did not really get anything of note there. I think it's time for Septem. We're decently close to Waver and Alex. Just have to look out for the classes and so I don't run into that blind. Which one of these has higher stats right now? Let's find out. Alright, Blood X is at 2,600 versus 2,500, so barely Blood X. Blood X is a nice extra chunk of health though, so overall Blood X is definitely in the lead there. Though I might put him in the back anyway because of his craft essence. I need to level these so they have a higher attack stat. But we're just now kind of getting rolling with FP summons. Oh yeah, that one does do that, but we'll probably get the 4-star variant soon enough, so... Also, it is storming a bit today, so if my internet drops or something, that is why. Let's see, I guess Archer's pretty good here. Guess Mash, and then... whatever. I'm overthinking this right now. Good to be safe, though. We've had a few times where we let our guard down and we get completely bodied for it. There's a lot of 4-star craft essences now, so getting Art of Death is a little random. Like, we'll surely get it sooner or later, as 4-stars pop up pretty frequently, but there's just so many. And we really haven't rolled that many times, actually. I really wish you would delete a lot of the 4-star CEs instead of deleting Imaginary Element. I think was actually good. And meanwhile, there's just so many 4-star CEs that you will never use under any circumstance. And yeah, I'd be glad if those were just gone. I think I should have cast Charisma there. He might get it anyway. Nope, not quite. Yeah, if we used Charisma, that definitely would have died. Ouch. Actually, I should have done her Buster and then done Kid Gills quick, because she's probably gonna one-shot. Even with Art, she one-shot. Golden Millennium Tree, dude. What a stupid craft essence. I'm gonna make stars here. See if he does it one shot. There we go. 2 quick cards. Buster Chain here. See if Kid Gil crits with this attack up. 30% chance, let's go. Easy. The question is, could he have done that without the attack buff? And in that case, I should have given it to Salome, but she wouldn't have killed there even with it. Oh, I wish we could skip the trash that's irrelevant. And every once in a while, there is a trash stage that actually is a bit hard. We've definitely experienced that here and there, but for the most part, especially in Septem, they've been kind of jokes. It'd be nice if we could just get past it. Like how that guy had the danger tag and he gets one shot. 3k health. Ay, ay, ay. Golems be killing. Mash, why you gotta come in here and take all the cards like that? You're slowing us down, lady. I will say though, I'm gonna invest into 10-10-10 Mash, like, as quick as possible. Because he forced you to bring her for Zeus and things like that, and she's useful regardless, so... Even VR Mash, I think, is going to be useful on this piece of shit account. And hey, we got Shakespeare. There's your Buster up. Man. That defense stuff he's got seems to be kind of chunky. Can I have like an extra 455 of those? Just real quick game. I don't think I'm asking for too much. Like from just one node, you get 455 of them. I think that's pretty fair. And then do that for Hero Proofs, Bones, Void Dust, you know, the essentials. Billy time. Should be okay. Do it like that. Like I should level up a couple of craft essences and such though. And do I have Alex? I can't remember. I think I do. I think I got him. So if I need to make sure he's leveled because we're probably going to need him. Like Alex and Black Bart. I heard free dust. Yeah, Babylonia. That's where you get that. It only lasts so long, though. I just smacked my earbud on the desk on accident. I feel like these golems are critting a lot for berserkers. Like, shit. You know, if we could have landed that 10% crit, that would have been pretty good. I think to this day, the best place to get hero proofs is the pirate ship in Oceanus. It's just you won't get much else from it other than hero proofs. Where a popular spot is this, I don't remember the name of it, but there's a node in America where you fight like Shadow Blood Axe, Shadow Leonidas, I think Shadow Lubu, and that kind of thing. And that's a decent place to get hero proofs. But then you also get Void Dust at a really good rate as well. But if you want nothing but hero proofs and you want it to be the most long-term efficiency possible, I'm pretty sure it is still the pirate ship free quest in Oceanus. And it's not the most pleasant experience, but it is what it is. Because although I think there's a couple other nodes that have slightly higher drop rates, their AP cost is more higher, right? Like, so relatively, pirate ship is the best. Now, there's been some new nodes since like Lost Belt 6 that I have not checked, like the math on any of that. So if one of those happens to be better, I wouldn't know it, but I don't expect that to be the case because DW doesn't often add new nodes that are actually efficient, which I don't know why, but it's pretty rare that they add new nodes and new singularities that are actually really efficient for an old map. They do it occasionally, like they did it for like the Golem crystals in Agartha, although I guess it's not new anymore. But yeah, normally they focus on like new mats, whatever new, like that's just their thing. They're constantly adding new mats every singularity because they want whales to have to farm a bunch and spend SQ on farming. So the new zones are normally aimed at getting the drop rates to the new mats, and then they kind of do the other mats as a side thought. Oh, Billy about to go burr. See how that defense up does against his NP. Oh, NP2. We're in the big leagues now. Are we talking about Charlotte? What are we talking about? Oh, you mean the stage that drops the Void Dust? Yeah, I had no idea what it was called. Because yeah, it's true. Most people are going to need Void Dust eventually anyway, so it's kind of nice to kill two birds with one stone. However, sometimes people want Void Dust or want hero proofs because they just got that one unit they want to get ready right now before they can continue on with the story or whatever. Like, you know, their waifu, they want to be 10-10-10 or whatever, and that's fair enough. So there is reasons to do the pirate ship. Also, some people really do just because they don't have a lot of servants that have Void Dust. and they did Babylonia. Maybe they did 2 or 3 events that gave Void Dust. And so some people have like, you know, 500 Void Dust. They're like, okay, I won't worry about that right now. But there are a lot of servants that use Void Dust. So even in the short term, if you happen to be getting lucky and you don't have that many servants using it, at some point you're probably going to get something that, you know, chunks Void Dust pretty quick. And then you'll get another thing that chunks Void Dust, right? So, or chugs, I should say. Just inhales it. Yeah, even 500 Void Dust you can go through in like, you know, 3 or 4 servants depending. Yeah, and new servants use it, old servants use it. It's nasty. Oh wait, no, I should do Blood Axe for now. I like the attack down anyway. It'd be really nice once we can do the upgrade quest for it, actually. It's a shame that Ushi's not allowed because Ushi gets her upgrade, her MP upgrade, really early in the game. This might be risky to put the Lancer in the front. Might not want to bring him at all. I'll bring something at neutral. There we go. Charlotte's done a lot of good for us. Bones definitely could use a facelift. It's been a side drop in like every node ever, but it hasn't had a really nice efficient node. I think Fuyuki is still the best, which is kind of ridiculous. The reason why Fuyuki is the best, though, is because it kind of has broken math that they actually don't want, and it's because the AP cost is so low. Like, you know, they care about AP ratio to drop rate, and there's plenty of stages that have a higher drop rate on Bones than Fuyuki. It's just that their AP cost is disproportionately higher. So, like, Fuyuki kind of just has cracked math, even though it's suffering because you have to do the node so many times. But that's kind of why there's never been a stage better than Fuyuki. Probably would have been worth it if I had buffed there. Man, Septem though has been the easiest so far, which is funny because it's the last of the day 1 content. I think the bosses are going to get harder though. Like, I definitely think that's going to be the case. And I saw Cairo struggled a bit with Waver. But the trash mobs and stuff have been way easier here than the other singularities, but it's really boring, so. But I think Orleans, not Orleans, I don't know why I keep saying Orleans instead of Oceanus. I guess it's because they both start with O. But I think Oceanus is going to be a huge step up in difficulty because they expected people to have farmed for a while before it came out. Even though there weren't dailies back then. Can you all imagine like day 1 FGO, and I mean like day 1 JP FGO, not an A, where you literally would beat the main story and there are no dailies to farm like Embers or any of that. So you just had to... What? My air filter is like freaking out even though there's like no reason for it to be doing that. It's like, just change the damn filter! Shut up! Stop beeping! Anyway, but yeah, you had to get XP through just random free quests and that kind of crap. You know, events obviously. Oh yeah, they didn't have speed up mode. Man, that's hell on earth right there. Now they didn't even have the 3-class daily thing that NA started with. Now they did get that eventually, like that was somewhat early in the game, not like crazy early, but that was somewhat early in the game. And then they didn't get them, like the dailies that NA has right now, they didn't get those until like Go West. And on very day 1, they just didn't have any dailies at all. But I know like the really, really shitty dailies got added not too far into the game. And see, that's kind of the issue that FGO has, is because this early content was aimed at people in that situation, so their units weren't going to be leveled very much. That's why, you know, the first chunk of singularities are kind of the way that they are, where now that leveling is so easy, they're just laughably easy. They really weren't designed to be that way, like they're not. Like, because most game devs are smart enough to know that, yeah, if the game is just a complete cakewalk, people are going to be bored, obviously. But yeah, it's just the power level of players and what you could obtain and stuff is just so different. Okay, it's still not Waver and Alex yet. And see now, you know, they also don't need the filler. That's a big one. It's like now because people can kind of get through things quicker and you're not having to buy time until Oceanus gets added. Oceanus is already in the game. London's already in the game. America's already in the game, right? So all these filler stages just don't need to exist. I would just be so happy if FGO took some time to really clean up the early game. I'm like, okay, let's cut out this filler, change the difficulty so it's actually entertaining, maybe swing the rewards while we're at it. I think the reason they don't do that is because I really don't think FGO values new players very much because they're thinking of we gotta make our spenders happy and we gotta give content to our spenders. If we fix up Fuyuki, 95% of the player base can't even do Fuyuki because they already beat it a long time ago and we don't have story replays. I think that's what they're thinking. But that's a pretty bad mindset because new players are important and you're never going to gain new players and you're never going to gain new big spenders unless new people actually enjoy the game and become veteran players, and that's just something they're really missing the mark on, and most games miss the mark on, sadly. Yeah, AP regenerated slower back in the day. They really wanted people to use SQ to regenerate AP back in the day. You didn't even get free SQ much back then. You pretty much got free SQ from the initial clear of the main story, and that was it. You didn't have the daily login rewards, you didn't have the weekly quests, you didn't have that kind of stuff, so. But, man, the market was so different back then. Like, as scummy as FGO was, that was, like, standard. And if anything, like FGO was actually kind of known for not being a particularly good game when it came out, but it was also being judged by a lot of Fate fans, not mobile fans. Mobile games were just terrible back then. I did not realize we were fighting Darius. This is kind of bad, because I did not bring a team even this might be a wipe. We'll see. Well, I'll do my best, but this could definitely be a wipe. We have a very bad team for this. At least we got a Blood Axe special here. Yeah, 73k is a lot, so I have a feeling we're gonna die here. My back row is just random nonsense. Let's see. Salome can get a good turn off before dying. Okay, that's what I wanted to see. That's gonna help a lot. I mean, nice big healthy chunk of damage right there. She gets the defense down and her attack up. Oh, okay, now I'm feeling better. That's good. Yeah, those two Brave Chains back to back, that was a lot of damage. And Darius is being stupid and hitting the one enemy that doesn't explode when he breathes on them. Okay, now our defense down is gone, unfortunately, but as long as we can finish this guy off. Lucky crit. Blood Axe, kinda figured. Okay, their NPs are coming up. I wonder if those have sure hit. They are archers. I guess I'll save the evade then, because I have no idea what's going to happen with that. Very glad we got a Brave Chain there. Can probably kill Darius before he gets his NP. Yeah, they don't have sure hit. Good to know. We got bloody one shot. He got bloody one shot. Well, there goes most of the team. All up to Kid Gil now. Okay, she can kill that. Might be able to kill it with just these two cards, and if she doesn't, Kid Gil's Buster card will still kill it, so I'll do that in case we can target switch. Oh, yeah, I think she got it. Very nice. Glad I did that, because even if it failed, Kid Gil would have still finished him. That was just more damage. Kid Gil getting deleted pretty fast. Boy, very close, but I think we got it. Not so bad once we kill this guy, because he only has one action per turn. Probably save Kid Gil then. But yeah, we were about down to our final unit there. The Oberon, I've never done the Oberon interlude because I don't have Oberon, because I think we know why. Anyway, but I've looked at it, so I know what it is mechanically. You know, it's basically the final story fight, except a little bit harder. It's okay, but it's so wonky that it's more like testing a very specific kind of unit or setup. So it's not exactly a universal, like, value check. Because Because the thing is, a universal value check, you might say, well, a lot of fights aren't a universal value check, and that's true, but a universal value check is still useful because it kind of shows you what that unit has, and then if it is their niche, you know kind of how much they're bringing to the table, right? So if you've got like a long-term fight where you need long-term units, and you know which long-term units have the most raw value, you know what to go with. Same for which anti-debuff the unit has the most, you know, raw value and stuff. So like raw value checks are still really useful. And where like niche fights are only really useful for testing the exact thing that they are, which is fine for that, but you know it's not something you're going to be using a lot, right? Because it's just not practical. Now, you might fight the stage a lot just for fun, and you know that's fine. But then you never get Vortigern's third stage. Although if you don't like his third stage, I suppose it doesn't matter. I find hero proofs just so nasty because there's so many backbone, classical, useful, free-to-play units that you're going to need to level if you don't happen to get a gold unit in that field, right? Like David, Ku, you know, these are very, you know, basic units that are, you know, very useful for a lot of people, and they're hero proof hogs. And then random golds that sometimes are popular or you just might happen to get also can be big hogs on hero proofs, so it's quite nasty. But that's true for Bones and Void Dust and whatnot. Generally, the newer bronze mats are better though, because now an individual player can get screwed over by a newer bronze mat because you might just coincidentally gun for or like you know, every unit that happens to use chains or nails or bullets or whatever. But the total number of units that use those things is so much smaller, and generally almost no budget units use those things. So you're more likely to not need to deal with those too much. Like maybe 1 or 2 units and then that's that. Yeah, I'm that way too, Ziggy, where I'll get a lot of hero proofs and I'm like, I don't want to use these because they're so valuable. Carbo. That's really funny. Oh wait, hold up. Before we continue, let me just level a couple of units, because I can tell it's going to be wise. And it's so easy to level units at this point in the game, I might as well. Okay, do I have Alex? Oh god, I don't have Alex. Well, I can summon Kairos if I need to do Rider stuff. Because I've got enough assassins on my own, so I'm not worried about that. Good enough. Although he seems to be gaining a bit of stats there. Let me give him one more. Work with me, game. Guess it's time to use a gold. I'm just kind of worried that'll take him too high. Especially if super success. Alright, we're good. Yeah, that was a decent level up right there. Alright, do I have... Okay, I have Black Bart. Do I have any other... Oh, Boudica. I guess I'll get her that one level in case we need her. Okay, Assassins. Got pretty good options in that department. Oh yeah, Phantom got the super success, so he's 25. The leader of the pack. Clearly the carry. Nice to have 4,000 health. Okay, I don't know if I'll need Hector this second. Okay, we're going slightly over there, but no big deal. Of course that's the one that does a super success. We said 20 to 25 is okay though. That's about as close as it gets. 900 more XP and we would have been 26. But yeah, we said 20 to 25. And that is 25. God damn it, game. I kind of walked into that one though. I was just being lazy and I didn't want to like pick other cards. Don't make it easy. Okay, that's pretty decent stat boost right there. Oh, I didn't level Anastasia. I'm not sure there's any assassin. Oh my god. 25! Still 25! This bloody double success event. Hard to deal with. I don't think we're so desperate that we would actually need to use Thinno right now. She doesn't even have her charm or the attack up. Like, I'm not kidding. She's, even though she's a gold, at this point in the game, she's not that useful. She might be useful later, but this second, I don't think she's anything special. Like, I think Charlotte is better. Like, for real, I think Charlotte is a better unit right now because she has a good stat growth at the beginning, she has an evade, and she has a damaging NP. So, like, initially, that's more useful to us. Guess we're just leveling everything because we can. Of course, thankfully he's still within the level range. Okay, a lot of these are banned. We need to burn some of these or throw them in seconds. So yeah, a lot of this shit is banned. One of these is NP2 and one of these is NP1. Gotta figure out which, because we gotta keep both. Alright, it's the other one. This is actually quite useful right here. Now, if I can level with these, even if it supers, it won't like skyrocket up. Of course. Yeah, there we go. That worked though. We're so clever, chat. Can we get Sanson to 20? I'm kind of curious what his stats will be. If I had another silver, it'd be easy. That is not, that's an okay level up though. I guess he just started so behind and his attack stat is so bad. Oh, Sanson. Alright, that's pretty much everything we're allowed to use. Let me throw some stuff in the bank. Oh wait, no, Baldy is allowed, excuse me. That's not, wait, Hector is, that's an NP rank then. Blackbeard, excuse me, is not, Dea's not. Ojiro's not. Stereos is not. Oh yeah, Arash is not. I'm sure I've got 5 Arashes now though, so I could probably just fuse them together then start getting rid of the rest. I should have done this before the stream, but we rolled some. MP2 is nice though. Blackbeard is pretty good actually for a low star. Like, he's quite good. He's got really good survival because he's got an unlimited guts, so it's easy to use it twice. So he basically has double guts. And then he's got a rather beefy heal. Even if you're not working with females, it's a pretty decent heal. And if you are females, it's a huge heal. And then he's got rather good stat spread, upgraded NP up, attack up. He's quite good. He's better than every other writer that we have allowed, right? Because here's the thing, almost everything that we've allowed is quite bad, with a few things that are kind of okay-ish, and those few things that are kind of okay-ish are mainly there to round out classes that would just be completely fucked otherwise, right? Like, that's why Billy's in, and stuff like that, because there really aren't any garbage archers, so you kind of have to add something. But yeah, like, compared to Black Bart and Alex and stuff, for overall usefulness, Blackbeard is much more useful. Like, Alex might be an okay support, but as a writer, doing writer things, it's not even close. Okay, any other NP ranks we can do? I don't think so. Alright, back to business. Oh, wait, craft essences. This is actually a really big deal. This is the one way we can kind of get some power. Also, Hercules, how about that? Okay, this is good, although it's just health, but it's not like health is a bad thing. Especially early game, actually. I've noticed health CE's early game can make a pretty big difference. Which is kind of funny. We've been using this a decent amount. Yeah, if Herc was allowed, every single team would be a Herc setup. Every single one of them. He'd be on the front row or back row, no matter what. Which, I mean, there's some fun to be had there, but we already have an account. That's the Hercules account, right? So we don't need another one, really. I don't know if that was worth it. That is so little attack. You'd have to level that all the way to 50 for that to really get anywhere, and we're not going to use it long term, so that was probably not necessary. Oh yeah, we got Origin Bullet. That'll make killing Waver a lot easier. This song really is incredible, and it reminds me every time I hear it that we don't have Sane Herc and they hate us. Imagine having Sane Herc be a canonical part of the Fate universe and never really showing it or putting it in anything. Pretty mean. Believe that falls under bullying. Okay, 2 of these is probably all we're ever gonna need. Man, when Herc gets his 3rd skill upgrade, he is just such a monster, man. Absolutely crazy. That would be cool if they gave Jason an animation update to incorporate regular Herc, but they would not do that because they're lazy. I wouldn't even say they're lazy, it's more like they're greedy, right? They gotta make sure they're putting their time into stuff that can make them money for the most part. A lot of times your higher ups won't even allow you to do flavor stuff like that. They don't think it can benefit anything. Alright. Berserker Lancer. What do we give our boy here? Cairo just got 2030, like right before I started streaming, so we can actually do double 2030 if we coordinate. And there are times that's worth doing, because that's a lot of stars. And you could, if you incorporate Phantom or Kid Gil when he gets his 3rd skill buff, which I think that'll be a thing. Get Kid Gil, 3rd skill buff, 2030, summon someone else with 2030. That's a lot of stars per turn. We're getting somewhere. What do we give our guy here? I'll just go with that. Support mash. You know what? We're doing it. His skill might be only rank 1, but what could possibly go wrong here? Do I have another Saber? We do, the hero himself. And then we'll just do neutral, I think. There's always that. Actually, yeah, Salome. When in doubt, use Salome. Or salami sandwich. Pipe dream to be able to use that there. I think London is going to be really spicy though. Like when I realized like the level range that we would be at in London, I'm like, that doesn't sound good. Like we're 30 in Oceanus and 40 in London. That is definitely underleveled. Do I just blow the skill now? I don't think so because this wave is kind of easy. No need for crits next turn.
Oi, oi.
Damn, Phantom got smacked there. I didn't want that. Actually, let's do the crit and the 10%. See if we can just kill that one. 50%. Damn it. 10%. No. Maybe someday. Jason's a trip. Okay, I should have cast this last turn. We have a few more stars here. Guess it's Brave Chain time. 10, 60, 20, so we're quite favored to crit at least one. We did indeed crit once, although it was on the card that was most likely to crit. The old evade debuff clear combo. 100% art crit, let's go. Thanks, Phantom. Damn it, at least we get overkill. Can we get our NPs here? I should probably focus on damage with like NP on the side. Nothing away. Phantom about to explode. Actually don't want this to crit. If that had crit, we might not have gotten our other attacks in here. Though when I saw the damage, we actually would have about 500 health, but to be safe. Hey, look, it's the tutorial, although I think it's a different color. I wonder if anybody like did this stage with the Rosh, Notoria, Q. I think this one has a higher attack stat, so we'll go with that one for the attack up. Can we do 30k? I doubt it. Jason's not exactly a hard-hitting MP. So he's got several things in his favor here. Yeah, this one will probably do like 12k, 13k. I guess our Mystic Code's not maxed out, so we're in there. Also low high roll. 14, okay. Almost 15. Oh, they actually killed it, shit. Pretty close though. Alright, is it Waver Alexander time? Maybe. Yeah, oh yeah, that's it. Alright, let's see. My riders are Boudica and Black Bart. Okay, hold on. I'll decide what I want to summon from Cairo when I kind of look at my own team here. Now, Waver only has 2 actions per turn, so keeping him alive is nice. However, the classes are really weird if you try to kill Alex first, because you want to use an assassin, but then there's a caster out and he'll murder you. Where if you kill Waver first, you can use riders, and that's not getting countered by anything. I think it kind of comes down to what classes you have available to you, and because I have so many assassins, I could probably kill Alex first and then just clean up with riders. Like, I could just throw a bunch of assassins at Alex, I think. Okay, definitely Charlotte. That's a no-brainer. Could do double Charlotte because double evade would buy them time against Waver. Let's see what Cairo's got on his Charlotte. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, I kind of like double Charlotte. You might say we're charlatans. If I go for the NP, I want that. If I want to just hit things, might actually be that, just because of the attack stat. She doesn't have a lot of quick, though. There's always this. There's this. Let me think about that. The cleanup needs to be 2 riders in the back, I think. And I only have 2 riders, so... Boudica actually has the higher stats here. By a decent amount, if you look at health. do that to make her super tanky, 6,000. So we got Mash or Leo. I'm kind of leaning towards Mash. If one of them died, I could bring in another assassin or a berserker. Okay, that's not so bad. That's not so bad. That way they can hit either one. I want to give Charlotte. I really wish we had some art stuff, like art CEs, but we're kind of lacking in that. Could give Mash this. Is she tanky enough to take a few hits? She had foe items maybe, because in 5,000 health. I'm scared she'd just get one shot, but maybe she won't. Really don't know if we're actually gonna... I think I only want to focus on this one's NP, and this one is for normal card damage and support. I think that's the smarter way to go about it. So maybe this. Either that or just something to do more normal card damage, like that or that. Okay, this is so good for cleanup, as long as you kill Alex. Then I need to cut team costs by quite a bit. Oh, there we go. Alright, this is reasonable. I could do this the other way around though, where Origin Bullet is on Boudica, because she has a slightly higher attack stat. But now we'll do it like this, that's fine. I like her having that much health. Yeah, I got outraged with rare prisms. Next up is the Anti-Divinity CE. I'm gonna try to limit break the Anti-Divinity CE, but not right away. Like, I'll get one copy of it and keep it like that for a while, then I might grab like the one copy of the Attila CE, you know, some other random things with rare prisms, Melty Sweetheart, because honestly, Melty Sweetheart's really good. But eventually we're gonna start pumping the rare prisms into Anti-Divinity, I think. Okay, Mash, just don't get one shot. So support Charlotte is what we care about in terms of NP gain. 60k though, maybe I think I should have gone for the other Charlotte's NP. I think double NP would have actually been the way. We'll see. Is it worth healing Mash? Yeah, I think so. Deck shuffle is not how I would have liked it. Yeah, we're gonna need a really strong CE option for Fluffy, like big time. Okay, there's an art chain. Yeah, if we fail, I think we go for a setup where we get the other Charlotte's NP as well. I think we could have done that fairly easily. Man, I wish they would have attacked the other Charlotte so I could have used the invulnerability. That was really crappy. Not good luck there at all. I should have just thrown it out, but kind of hard to get value out of everything there. Yeah, our other Charlotte is already this far along, and she doesn't have that CE that gives her the NP gain in the starting NP, so she could probably have it by now. Would be very close to. 30k though. That's not too bad. But yeah, the other Charlotte could have had her NP right there and killed Alex right there. She'd boom, be dead. Now they're vulnerable to Waver, which is not great. Can we kill though? Probably. We can do a Buster Chain. Yeah, that ought to do it. Alright, now I just clean up on Waver. And I think our 2 riders are enough for that. Oh good, Salome actually gets to hit Waver here. That's great. He almost one-shots them, and that's not even his Buster attacks. If it was his Buster, it would have one-shot. Well, I might as well do this. Stab him in the thigh! More like the hip there, actually. Oh yeah, we're totally fine. We got this. Look at him landing a double stun. At least Salome didn't get stunned, though there's totally a chance he'll get one shot here. Nope. He's safe so far. Anti-Roman damage, though. I mean, we are in Septem, so you'd think you get a lot of value out of that skill, but not right now. You fool! She was gonna die to the dot anyway. Okay, now our riders are here, so I think we're good to go.
Not so easy.
Black Bart can do plenty of damage. Damn, he didn't get a Buster attack there. Salome gonna die any second now. Kind of a miraculous thing that she's still alive. Come on, give me a crit. Give me a crit. Yeah, insta-dead. That was super smooth. Alright. Boss down. Yeah, at this level, curse damage is actually kind of nasty. Like, we'll die to dots quite quickly. Even at high level, though, dots are pretty dangerous on the boss side. Like, your health is just not high enough. You're normally looking at, like, 10 to 14k on average. Some units less, some units more. But yeah, if they're doing 500 damage, 1000 damage a turn with that, it's pretty chunky. The double Charlotte worked really well there because they had just enough survivability to not instantly die to Waver, and it didn't take them too long to kill Alex, so that worked out. I don't know what this... I mean, you're fighting in the Colosseum, so you'd think it's, like, important, but I don't know, it's 2 waves, so I think there's a boss here, but I don't know what it is. Berserker spam, I figure. Should be okay. But like that. Man, Salome with 4,200 attack at level 20. No foe items. If we had foe items, she could actually be 5,200. I kind of keep forgetting that I actually have. I could buy the foe items for mana prisms. I kind of need to do that. Especially for Oceanus. We're gonna need a little bit of extra oomph for that demon god. I really am worried about that because when I play a normal account and I handicap myself a bit, I make sure I'm using level appropriate stuff and low stars. That demon god can give me trouble sometimes, and I've never been handicapped like I am on this account, so. Other than maybe the 1 to 3 star account. The 1 to 3 star account is probably more handicapped than this one just because, well, I don't know. It's kind of apples and oranges. It has better units and better synergy because it has every 1 to 3 star. But the craft essences are so shitty that some setups don't really work. Hey, Cairo. We just took out Waver and Alex. So I think we're... Did you finish all of Septem? I assume you did. But I don't think it's that much after this part. Kind of getting my berserkers deleted right now, though. Okay, very little left. Okay. Yeah, I figured it's about to go into just like the boss spam, which I'm okay with because that's the good stuff. I like the other day I rated Cairo because, you know, it's always like, you know, the raiders point guns at the streamer, then the streamer's fans point guns at the raiders, and, you know, it's a whole thing. But the other day I rated Cairo, and Gray, who is one of Cairo's, like, you know, most loyal viewers, right? He's there all the time. And so we rated Cairo, and Gray just instantly started like pointing a gun at Cairo, and he like joined the raiders in the threatening of the streamer. I'm like, wait a minute, that's not how this is supposed to go. Yeah, betrayal indeed. All right, got 30K there. Rats. All right, no brave chain for her, but it's still worth it to fire everything. See red, press red. So chat, do you think they're gonna add any meaty new content to the Case Files rerun? Because the banner's got episode plus on it, right? That's more than what they would normally do on a new banner. I think they will. I wouldn't say no, but yeah, it might not be as meaty as I would like. But I do expect them to do something like they did with CCC. Maybe not quite as much as that, but you know, the episode plus on there, you know, that means something, right? So I expect them to do either a new character, a little extra interlude in there, you know, extra chapter, you know, something. Because they certainly waited long enough to do the Case Files rerun. It would make sense to want to do something. The only reason I would say they're not going to do much is just because FGO and DW seems to be in turmoil right now. And, yeah, I don't know if they have, like, the time, the budget, the resources, the workflow, like they had when they did the CCC rerun, right? So that could potentially scuff it up. But, hopefully they still make it work. I don't think Case Files is a good chance for Cainith. I think the best chance for Cainith is like, you know, Fate Zero, right? I think that Fate Zero rerun was his best chance. Or if they ever do anything with like the Ilya Shiro Wank movie or whatever, right? Those kinds of things I think is where he has a chance of getting in. Ultimately though, I think his chances of getting in the game died the second they added Reigns. Right? They're like, oh yeah, we already did the Mercury thing. Even though that's his thing and she's just copying and she's just bullshit, but because there's no world where they even designed that character back in Fate Zero, they just pulled that out of their ass. But yeah, I actually would love it if Cainith got in. I think his voice actor kills it. You know, yeah, he's not like, how do you put it? He's not a role model for kids, but he's an enjoyable character. He's got really cool powers, and his voice actor is amazing, so yeah, I would have loved it if he got into FGO. I don't really know why the Coliseum city, you're not actually fighting in the Coliseum and you're just fighting trash mobs. Like, kind of a letdown, to be honest. I can Brave Chain, but no Buster card. Probably not worth. Let's see if we can kill this guy. Yeah, it's true, they do have green clothing. Not bad. They need like cool, like gauntlets and boots though, right? Like that can look really awesome in a skeleton. When they got like a little bit of gear on them, you know, they're ready to get meta on your ass. Unfortunately, fantasy is always trying to make sure you're really aware that it's a skeleton, so you have to be like naked all the time. Like guys, it's a skeleton, did you know? 17K. A little annoying. Salome's attack stat is so high that I actually think the Buster Chain is better than the Brave Chain here. That's normally not the case, but she's got the extra attack up, the higher attack stat, the better CD. There's a skeleton inside you right now. Very true. You're also naked under your clothes. What is to play here? I guess it's just that. So I will say, Salome has just been insane MVP, but I know for a fact that's gonna fall off. Now, I don't think she's gonna become irrelevant. I think she's always gonna be good on this account because she's gonna be one of the better single target berserkers we've got. And I think the curse gimmick occasionally is actually gonna be pretty legit. And I actually think we'll be able to pull off her third skill sometimes using Mash, Leonidas, Spin K, stuff like that. So for real, I think we're gonna see some Salome setups for some nasty bosses, like absolutely. But like when we fight Gwen, by that point, you know, you're gonna be using Billy, William Tell, Kid Gil, right? You're definitely gonna want to use that instead. But she might be a backup unit even there. We'll see. But yeah, her third skill, I definitely think will make an appearance several times throughout this challenge. I tell you where she's not getting used, Fluffy. Unless there's some miraculous thing we can do with her third skill, but you can't protect her there. Like, taunts don't work with Fluffy very well. Like, they can work in terms of canceling his turn, and that's nice, but your back units are still gonna get hit, so I don't see her living. These are things that can wreck a whole person's worldview. What do you mean there's a skeleton inside of us? Skeletons grow in dungeons like potatoes? I mean, you know, if RPGs are to be believed, then that's true, actually. Like, never mind catacombs and stuff. You just go into like a generic dungeon in a cave and there's a bunch of skeletons in there somehow. But how many people died in there? Is that like an army of adventurers went in there and all died because they forgot to bring potatoes? So they all starved to death? Because like for real, that's a thing in some RPGs where you don't, it's not a catacomb, it's not a tomb. And there's just an army of skeletons in some random, you know, underground maze or something. It's like, where did these people come from? Alright, we can kill here. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Chat, I hope Elden Ring has like liches. I hope there's like a mini boss that you can fight throughout the game here and there, and some like side dungeons, just like cool lich. Spawns a bunch of skeletons or something. That'd be cool. There's never enough liches in video games, in my opinion. Yeah, Skeleton Lords, but better. Skeleton Lords was a great idea, but it's such a joke of a boss. So if they could, like, you know, incorporate... I hope Elden Ring really puts effort into mini-bosses. I feel like that's a really smart thing to do to kind of add excitement to random, you know, caves and dungeons and shit that you find in the open world. So I think mini-bosses will be very important for that game, so I hope they do that. We're still here. Why are we still here? Are we actually gonna fight in the arena now, though? It's just Berserker. I kind of want to summon Blood Axe just because I want the FP. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. FP is good, man. We need the CE XP, we need the coins, we need everything. And we're still lacking so many low stars and, like, NP ranks. What's her stats right now? Not actually that amazing, but not terrible either. We'll give her a go. Charlotte's probably good. Throw in Mash. If I can find her. There she is. So, Cairo, he almost went over 25. He was like 18 or 19. And I gave him 1 gold foe or 1 gold XP, and it actually wasn't enough to get him to 20, so I gave him 2, and then he got a super success or a great success or whatever. And he went to 25, and he's only a tiny bit of XP away from 26. And we said, you know, 20 to 25, but aim for 20. And so if he went 26, I'd had to have let that one go. But thankfully, I can still use him technically. We'll do that. Yeah, that's not happening. Yeah, she needs to get a bit higher, but she'll be good eventually. She'll probably be our go-to archer killer. I can't imagine what else we would use, really. You know, Lion King if we had her, but we don't have her, so. I think Romulus is gonna do good for us though, because he's got some hard survival. And then obviously Leo and Benkei, but they're there for the taunt utility stuff, not so much killing archers. At least her shield is green, so it's actually pretty cool. I just wish she didn't have the voice of a mouse. Kinda cool animations there, actually. This is the only way I'd ever use her any serious amount, though, is on this account where she happens to be one of the only units available. Otherwise, I would never use her. Leo could solo Tristan on this account by the time we get there. Could have done the Buster card and potentially killed there, but how much damage could he do? Imagine if he had crit there. Chat, we may get our first booty NP because she's at 91%, so probably gonna happen. We've not used her NP this entire time. Well, she'd be killing. Look at him healing when he's at full health. No Buster cards. What are they doing right now? That man has given himself double defense down. Almost. I really hope. Oh man, that was a crit too. I was really hoping she'd just kill that. That's the brave chain. Surely you can do. Oh, well, that's that. He dead. Yeah, her voice is definitely my least favorite part, and the fan service in the NP is just so unnecessary and kind of obnoxious, but what are you gonna do? I don't think she's gonna do 16,000. I don't even know what her overcharge is, but it's probably better than Charlotte's. Oh wow, 21k on that one. So the Chimera's dead. More NP damage. Okay, that was worth. Like, they had no shame when making that. They are not they're not being subtle about this. Oh wow. Okay, well we underestimated her damage a little bit. And that attack up, the quick art up, overcharged NP up. Let's see, I want to see how good her overcharge is. Some people only get like 5%, but then some people get like 10, 15%. It's not balanced at all. Like Bedivere and Ryder Kentucky get quite a bit from their overcharge from just one rank of it, where like a VC Brawn and stuff really doesn't, with his NP gain and such. Let's see, she goes from 20% to 30%. That's pretty good. It's not like the best I've ever seen, but that's pretty good. Like quite a few of them only get 5%. So her getting 10 is pretty solid. Wow, if you actually max overcharge her, she gets 60% damage up. That is quite a lot. So her stun chance is a flat 60. It is not affected by her NP rank or overcharge level, any of that. Pyro, do you think someday we're gonna find a way to get NP2 Booty Lancer through either just spooks or a raid up or whatever? Because she's one of the only 5 stars we can use, and because we already have one, I actually think it is more practical now to get Booty Lancer or Anastasia than it is to get a new 5-star that we can use, because I think NP2 on something we already have is a lot more useful than getting like spread out value on another NP1. And the only the only other 5 stars that are allowed is Lion King. Oh, and Attila. Attila would be kind of good just because our Lance or our Saber options are so bad, but we'll see. Yeah, it's true. They might make more trash 5 stars than they get added. Because what we said is every time a new unit is added to the game, we'll discuss, you know, one at a time if we want them to be allowed or not. That's how that's going to be. Now, I figure most new units they add are not going to be trash enough to make the cut, but every once in a while. All right, looks like Saber is the way to go here. Back row shouldn't matter, so we'll just go with something like that. We'll do this thing. Surely we can do better for MASH than that. Okay. I want team cost. I want like 70 team wait. Oh crap! It's the Romulus boss fight, because that's right, he's got chimeras with him. I thought this was trash. Shit! Well, at least I brought sabers, so it's not a complete catastrophe, but okay, so actually I think we want to kill Romulus first, because I've done this on like shitty ult accounts before. If you murder the chimeras, Romulus just gets too many actions per turn, and he casts a million Imperial privileges, and he has way too much defense up. So we need to kill Romulus first. As annoying as that's going to be, I think it's the way to go. Got that Brave Chain. I actually like that Buster, his close range Buster. I think it's like cool. And then he's like so proud of himself. It's like the only attack where he's like doing a lot. But it does look cool. Let's see. Do I want to Art Chain? But 50% Buster crit. I gotta take it. That's too much damage potentially. There we go. Herc not letting us down. Art Chain would have been pretty slow there because we would have gotten both their NPs quite easily then. Yeah, this is definitely the strategy. Just don't kill the chimeras so you don't have to deal with a million defense ups. Yeah, I think we do Mashes and Vulnerability next turn. The defense up is gonna wear off by then, and then we could use the battery anyway. Also, each individual Chimera only gets 1 action per turn, and that means it's hard for them to get their buffs to then actually start critting. So, yeah, I think keeping the Chimeras alive is definitely the right play. I think I saved that evade for next turn because the NP is going to come out. Just don't kill the back Jason this turn because I don't want to use his heal and stuff yet. I want to clear the debuff. Okay, if I do their NPs though, we're going to kill the Chimeras. The one Jason NP might not. I don't know if I want to do that then. Like, for real, I don't want Romulus getting down to that little health and then just start spamming Imperial privilege and then we don't actually finish him off. Also, Chimeras be kind. I think what I do is I Jason in P, but I don't use the attack up, and I save it for the other Jason, and then we attack up. Because I'm hoping the Chimeras just barely live here. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, not using the attack up I think is the right call. The only bad thing is a Chimera can hit the back Jason. Oh no, he goes first, okay. That's rare that the middle unit goes first, but sometimes they like do that because of like the main unit and stuff like that. Alright, well, Mash got obliterated. Okay, the Chimeras are definitely gonna murder now. They have attack up, double attack up. Although they don't have crit chance up, they just have crit damage up. Oh baby, Gilius's first skill. We all made fun of it, but now it's actually doing nothing because I'm pretty sure Jason would do 11k anyway because he's got the attack up and stuff. But you know, it'll look good. So, alright, that was actually a really smooth Romulus because I know it can get ugly if he gets 3 actions per turn, but we didn't have to deal with that at all. Nice and clean. Look at that damage. 50k. Big damage, boys. Yeah, Black Bart's is better. Yeah, Black Bart's is better. But he's not a Saber, so... So Cairo, I have a feeling you did double Jason there too. Am I correct? That just seems like the obvious thing to do with these accounts. Alright, is this the Demon God? It's either that or Shadow Servants, because they like to do Shadow Servants before Demon God stuff. If it's Shadow Servants, the safe play would be Berserker stuff, but that's probably bad for the Demon God. I'm trying to remember if I can recall. I want to say Shadow Servants might actually be after the Demon God. And like before Attila. That kind of seems right. Am I nuts? So the Demon God, I'm pretty sure, like pretty much all the Demon Gods early on is just Cavalry class is good. I think it's Demon God because Shadow Servants, they'd probably show the classes right now. I doubt it'd be so many servants that they would do question mark. So I think we just spam, wow, Cairo, we're actually pretty accurate about the levels. Look, the story supports are 21 and 26. So we actually are pretty accurate with that. You know, we could do double Phantom with double 2030. The issue is the defense down on an AoE boss would be terrible. Someday that's going to happen. Phantom needs his first skill at like 10, I think, for that to really matter, because it's like a critical mass of stars at that point. Well, right now it's just not enough stars to really be reliable. So I feel like Charlotte is still better. But actually, that's probably going to be a thing. It's Phantom and then especially Kid Gil. Oh, Lost, are you off work now? Feels good. Yeah, that emote you just did, I imagine that's you every time you get off. That's how I was for some of my jobs in the past. Okay, yeah, double Charlotte seems pretty legit. What else we got? Not much else with survivability. Jinkei's got decent raw stats. So does Boudica, though the attack is kind of low. Better than Black Bart. What else? Probably not that. Black Bart's got an okay skill though right now. This might look weird for cleanup, but it could be alright. Do I have, Parted C, in case like someone from the back row comes up and it is the NP turn? Nope, no Parted C. Damn. That'd actually be quite nice. 'Cause that is a bit of a concern. Showing up and just exploding like that. Oh boy. I don't know about this. And if it's Shadow Servants, then I don't even know like how the classes would line up. So okay, now it's Demon God. Yeah, there's our boy. Oh right, I forgot. They're getting cheeky with the health there. Okay. Well, he's AoE. I think we do defense up before we do evade. What about this music though? Blue knows what's up. Ooh. Oh man, he does some damage. Shit. Okay, hold up. We gotta we gotta put the gas on here. Oh crap. Maybe I should have given the battery to the back, Charlotte, but I don't know if that actually would be enough. People are gonna die so quick here. This is definitely a damage race. I probably should have cast that last turn on Charlotte. I don't know what I was thinking there. That's such a mistake, because she'd get her NP next turn with the Archchain here. She might live. We need him to cast a debuff. If he casts a debuff, we're fine. If he doesn't, we fucked. Yeah, this is not Barbatos. This is Top Hat guy. Law or whatever. And yeah, it's like Floroser. Oh, wow! Charlotte not giving a damn. Well, I think we win. Oh, and he buffed, so we're safe. The back, Charlotte. Yeah, Charlotte took care of business there. Because she's a high NP rank. But even if she wasn't, I think we'd been okay, because this Charlotte did get her NP. And then we had enough back row that it worked anyway. Because this will be overkill. I mean, Charlotte is not bad at this level, but the thing is she stops leveling at 60, and also after like level 35, she starts getting really shitty stats. So it'll catch up with us real fast. And see, early game, nobody's got survival skills, and she does, so that's good. But later on, everyone has skills, and lots of people have survival skills. So, yeah. Now, she's not, you know, trash, but, she is no Kojiro. There's a reason she's in and Kojiro's not. She might get some Grails, actually, we'll see. We definitely need to save Grails for Billy, though. I think, unironically, Billy's gonna have to get to a pretty high level. I mean, I can't think of any other unit that has a chance as a main DPS for Fluffy. Okay, this is probably the final chapter, so this might be Shadow Servants, because I think that might be a thing. Rider, so Assassins are still good. Honestly, we can probably use the exact same team. Because I brought so many Assassins, so let me twink it a little bit. Because the Riders in the back aren't really necessary, or Rider in the back is not necessary. Alright. Look at Kid Gill there with a 4,600 attack. Pretty good. Yeah, actually, Grailed Leo, I've been thinking about, does not seem like a bad idea because it's a good way to kind of make up for not having George. Especially if we get good CEs for him. If we happen to get good CEs for him, I think a Grailed Leonidas is a pretty good idea. Because he can stand in as a DPS, and then he's a really good taunt wall, and even has a plus to support and stuff. So I really think that's a good idea. I don't think me and Cairo should both do it. I think only one of us should do it. Because it's not something I think we would necessarily need two of. Although you could have a Grail Leonidas when he finally dies and his taunt wears out. Another Grail Leonidas comes in. That's not bad. It'll probably depend on how many Grails we have. I think at first only one of us should do it. So we'll have to, we need to, me and Cairo need to talk a bit and strategize because some of that stuff is definitely going to matter down the road. And although there's a decent amount of free Grails, there's not so many that we can be morons with them. Okay, we got a Brave Chain. I think we just take that. If we got Yuri Pirates, it'd actually be kind of useful. But the odds of us getting them, and then we need to get them at a high NP rank too. And yeah, I think Billy is still better. But they actually do have, they've got some big, I'm not kidding. If you got really lucky and like the stars could align and you could really set up their max damage on the final health bar, they could punch through pretty well actually. They're not the best unit ever for that, but they're certainly better than a lot of other stuff out there. But it'd be hard to set, on this account with these restrictions, it'd be difficult to set them up like properly like that. To get like an optimal turn with their HP low and all that. But if I get Yuri Pirates for one reason or another, we'll definitely level them. Although they're not like some MLG insane carry unit, they're still solid. Damn, I was like trying to get the NP gain and then kill it with the Buster, and I thought if I did the Buster first, I might kill it too soon. But nope, our damage just sucks. Okay, surely. Okay, no, I should have done the Busters really quick, moving more stars, but I didn't think we were going to get that far into the chain. A lot of misplays there. Thankfully, this is a very easy stage so far, which makes me question why it exists. Why couldn't we just fight? If there are Shadow servers, why don't we just fight those now? And if, you know, I know Attila is coming up, and then you just fight that. I wonder how Attila is going to be. I'm so curious how much health she has, because we've got, like, Shadow Herc out there, and then, you know, Saber Altar started at 22k. So Saber Altar was the first final boss that was in the game day one, and then this will be the final, final boss that was in the game day one. So let's see how much of a jump it is. I would love a New Game Plus, man. That would be so cool. There's so many things they could do with that concept in this game. I think that could be such a fun way to just enjoy all your favorite units that you've leveled up over all the time. Also, I'm so interested in seeing what the difficulty jump between Septem and Oceanus is, because Oceanus is the first content they added. You know, it's not day one, right? There was a wait between Septem and Oceanus, so people had time to prepare and whatnot. It is funny though, the difference between JP when Oceanus hits and then NA when Oceanus hits. Because of the dailies being, not just the dailies being in, that's obviously a thing, but it's also, the fact that, like, they had so much more information. They knew that Gwen was coming, they already had some ideas about what was meta, with farming and whatnot. They just had a lot more information because of the JP server already existing for so long. Yeah, they not only did they have dailies, so JP didn't even have them, but they had half AP dailies, and they had login rewards from the get-go. They had a lot of stuff, and they had like the FP summon stuff going on from the get-go. So they had a lot to get them ahead. Because I remember when Oceanus dropped, I've got it in my Oceanus summary video. When Oceanus dropped on NA, the majority of your support list was max level servants. And I'm like, that was not how it was in JP. And, you know, if that had been the case back in the day, like if JP was like that, when Oceanus released, I bet you they would have made the content harder. I think the stats would have been higher on the enemies if that had been the case. But yeah, I made sure on NA not to do that. I held myself back and kept my servants like kind of on par. I wanted to be able to enjoy and make videos and stuff. And it was worth it. It was totally worth it. I had a good time.
Oh,
probably could have done some buffs there, and like the star bomb. That probably would have been worth it. Good enough though. So I was thinking about this quite a bit, and I actually forgot the conclusion I came to, so I'm going to try to figure it out as I blather on stream here. But I was thinking about like how you could make the game, you know, harder and more fun and less boring for the early game and not like screw everything up. And I honestly think what you could do is make it so like the early ascensions for servants are easier to do, like you don't really take much in the way of mats, or maybe they don't even take mats, but like you can do the first 2 ascensions of a servant like no matter what, anytime, like after beating Fuyuki, but then the other 2 ascensions you have to get to a certain point in the game to unlock. I actually don't think that's a terrible idea, because that really, yeah, you want those early ascensions to be easier because some people want to rush their favorite servant, they want to get a certain skill and stuff, and that's fine. But it's like, now obviously you would need to combo that with also giving the early game a facelift, right? You need to combo that with, you know, making it more interesting, cutting out a lot of the filler so it doesn't take so long. The thing is, most events aren't that hard. If there's an event that is Fuyuki locked, it's easy. You don't need max ascended servants to do it, right? Like it's just silly. And also, if you cut out the filler in the main story, if you cut out all the filler in the main story, you can get to like America or wherever you'd want kind of to let people loose. You can get to that point a lot faster, so I don't think it would be a problem. But ultimately, I think the better way of doing it, I think it'd be very difficult for them to tie like your max level of your servants to like your, you know, your progression. That'd be very difficult for them to do now because the game was never designed with that in mind, in terms of like ascension mats and when you unlock skills and everything. They just didn't plan it that way. So even though I think they could have done it that way and it could have actually been really good, it's kind of too late. And I feel like the best thing they can just do is just remixing the early story. You know, cut out the filler, make it harder, yeah, and things like that. And also to make it funner, make sure it's, you know, make sure you drop statues and skill gems and stuff like that throughout the main story, so people can unlock David's second skill nice and quickly, and they can get this, that, and the other, right? So they're getting more powerful abilities quicker, so they can make better teams quicker, and then the game is, you know, less fillery and whatnot. And you want some filler. You don't want it to be boss fight to boss fight, right? You want some pacing and build up, and you want to give people some breathing room. And some people like, you know, like spamming AoE and like the easier trash stages and stuff. So you don't want to get rid of all the filler, but they could definitely get rid of a lot of it, like a lot of it, like 50% of it. I would say, I think would be pretty good. I think this is the last chapter, so that I guess there's no Shadow Servants, because if there were Shadow Servants, I don't think it'd be Berserker Rider. Unless they were all Berserkers and there's some dragons with them or something. I think we just do what we've been doing, and I assume Attila is next. You could just give more SQ per chapter. If you cut out half the chapters, you just have the other chapters give 2 SQ. I mean, that's not complicated at all. And it's just like, I've talked about with the strengthening quests. You know, you shouldn't have to get to max ascension to unlock your 3rd skill on old servants and then do a stage that costs like 200 AP. That's stupid. Like they just get rid of that. And if people complain about not getting the free SQ from it, and like the credit every 10, you know, you get 10 SQ. You can just let people still do the stage if they want to, but you don't need it to unlock the skill. Like that's not some big brain complicated fix. I don't want to do the art cards, yeah. So I am not calling out any individual. This is just something I've noticed when watching, especially streams that have to do with like MMOs or something, where like there's a lot of, you know, different gameplay systems and people have different ideas of how the game needs to work, and, you know, new content gets added. But it definitely applies to mobile games too, because there are also games that have like new content added over time and stuff like that. I've noticed a lot of people, I don't know if it's the majority or not, it probably isn't, but I'm not really sure. It's hard to tell because vocal minority versus silent majority, right? So hard to get a read on these things. But I've just noticed there are a lot of people out there that just do not have the mindset of a developer. They don't even understand how to problem solve, and they don't even understand how developers look at problem solving. So they'll see some stupid thing like, oh no, they couldn't add that system because of, you know, some blah 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 blah, the lore doesn't make sense or whatever, and they don't even realize most of the time that the devs just make up dumb lore to explain some stupid system that they wanted to put in the game anyway. And just like how development actually works when it comes to like implementing systems, things like the changes that they want to make, right? It's crazy to me how often I will see people like naysay an idea because they're like, oh, that couldn't be implemented because, like, you know, that would break this other system or whatever, even though there's like really obvious fixes for that or changes for that, like just the SQ thing we're talking about. Now that's not as an extreme of an example, but that's kind of what I mean. I see that in, like, the SQ example obviously wasn't like an extreme no, but I'm using it as an example because I see other things where people are like, oh no, you couldn't do that because of X. But like that X would be so unbelievably easy to work around, it wouldn't, you know, it wouldn't do anything. And it's just because a lot of people just do not have like the mindset of like problem solving or how you actually develop a game or any of that kind of stuff. And or you can combo these things, but some people also, I think, they have an opinion, a subjective opinion, and they're kind of just trying to look for an excuse to validate it instead of actually looking at how things work. Like, they don't want a system to be added, so they say, oh no, that couldn't be added because of some arbitrary bullshit reason, instead of actually thinking of trying to, you know, think through, is this good for the game or bad for the game, and that kind of stuff. But I've just seen that over the years a lot when it comes to video games. So many people are just, I mean, they're just clueless. Like, I've seen games where, like, the players want to add, like, an appearance tab, right? The players want to add an appearance tab where, like, you know, what you look like is one thing and then your stats are something else. And then, like, people will talk about, like, how they think it could be implemented or why it couldn't be implemented or whatever. And, like, you know, people are trying to figure out how it could be implemented, and their ideas are horrible. I mean, like, they are just so bad. And I've seen developers say this. And I agree with this. I've seen a lot of game devs say, like, players are, I think these were like ex-Blizzard employees or something that said this. Players are really good at identifying a problem, and they're horrible at coming up with solutions for that problem. And I definitely agree with that. Most players a lot of times can see when there's a problem, like this is too grindy, this is too boring, this is too easy, this is too fast, this is too hard, whatever, you know, whatever the thing is. Players will normally notice that, and then their ideas for how you fix it are trash. I mean, they're just absolutely trash. And it's, again, most players just don't have, I think, the right, you know, like, problem-solving mindset. But again, I think it's hard to say if that's most players or not because, you know, it's a silent majority, vocal minority and all that, so who knows. But yeah, it is definitely something I've noticed when you look at, like, people's ideas of how to fix problems in video games. They're generally very uncreative and bad. Yeah, a lot of times they come up with solutions for the symptoms instead of the cause. Also, sometimes they think of it, they try to remove any resistance, right? Like, they try to make something too easy. You know, humans always go for the path of least resistance, but that will normally make things very unrewarding and, you know, not satisfying ultimately. There's a lot of issues like that, and also just, you know, again, lack of, like, nuance and understanding systems and things like that. Oh yeah, I know. I've seen a lot of people that want to give Merlin a battery. That's pretty common. All right, do I NP here? At least the 24K one with the back. Regardless, he's not doing as much damage anyway. I'll do the arching. I don't need it, but why not? Get more insta-death. Let's go. People just need to accept Merlin is not aimed at the same gameplay that Gaddy and all of them are aimed at. You know, he's aimed at the slower setups, to the longer boss fights, the harder content. That's ultimately what he's good at, and he's so good at it that he just doesn't need to be buffed. Like, we don't need Merlin keeping up with the gas setups, and then also still having this insane, ridiculous long-term value, right? That we don't need that. Like, in what world does the game need that? Like, why do we need Merlin doing everything possible? Like, why do we need this? And like, sure, Castoria should never have been made, but my thing is, like, if you make a support like Castoria that's too good and does too much, the answer is not making every other support also do too much and be too good, right? The answer is either you ignore that thing or you nerf that thing, honestly. I hate to say this, because I know people hate nerfs, but I absolutely think Castoria needs to be nerfed. She is so bad for the health of the game on so many fronts. She makes farming boring, she makes main story boring, there's no variety, there's almost no way for them to make another unit as good as that without completely breaking the game. Like, it's not good, right? Because here's the thing, Buster and Quick are amazing. Every gameplay style has really good supports now and is cracked, Buster's cracked, because Merlin's cracked, as is, you know, Beach and Oberon nonsense and things like that. Like, Buster's completely cracked. Quick is also completely cracked, because Scatty is way better than what we should be able to do. You shouldn't be able to use Edmund Dantes's NP and have it refund itself. That is not something that should be happening in this video game, right? That is stupid. It's just Castoria is even more cracked, and when something is that cracked, it absolutely needs to be nerfed, right? It is not healthy for the game when and there is no exception to this. There is no team in all of FGO where it is not the right decision to put Castoria on it. I am not exaggerating. Farming, challenge quests, main story, every boss fight we've ever seen, every team should have Castoria on it, no matter what. If she's available to you, you should put Castoria on every single team, no matter the circumstance. It doesn't matter if it's a debuff fight. It doesn't matter if it's a fucking rider. It doesn't matter if they have Pierce invulnerability. It doesn't matter if you need to go fast or you need to go slow. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's an art team, quick team, buster team. You should always have Castoria on the team. Because even if you're doing double Scatty Edmund, you can then do switch Mysticode Castoria once Scatty runs out of gas and shit like that. Right, there's just, I know, and she stops Pierce invulnerability. That's the thing. There is just no reason she should not be on the team. I can't think of a single argument as to why that shouldn't be nerfed. But, right, there is no world that is not bad for the game. That makes it incredibly hard to actually design good boss fights. Because if you have Castoria, it's going to be a joke, and if you don't, it might be way too hard. There's no fixing that. There is absolutely no fixing that. And then it makes farming an unbelievably samey. Like, I cannot believe how samey farming has got in FGO over the years. Now, obviously, you don't want farming to be like the most challenging content that ever was, but you also don't want people using literally the same setup for every single fucking node, right? And that's where we're at, and we've been like that for a really long time. At most, you might rotate, you know, the DPS to you know, be a niche or whatever. But like, that's it. It's the same backbone has been the meta farming setup for years, and there's no reason for that to change ever because of Castoria. Like, ever. There's no reason for it to change. And that is so unhealthy for the game, and it gets people bored out of their minds. It makes people get burned out. It makes boss fight design a complete nightmare and a shit show. That's why we have things like Fluffy, you know, being like, you know, reasonable with the OP supports, but then a little unreasonable without them, right? Like that's what you want to avoid. Yeah, I think she's just like the worst thing for the game. I think she's been the most damaging thing to FGO ever. And I'm not trying to insult people that like Castoria. If you like Castoria, that's fine. But the thing is, you can nerf her and she'll probably still be the best support in the entire game. Like, how can anyone defend that? If you nerf Castoria, she is still probably going to be the best unit in the entire game still, right? But like, clearly you need to rein her in, because there's like, does anyone disagree with me here? Can someone name a stage? Someone name a farming stage or a boss fight where Castoria isn't the best thing you could put on the team? Right? I can't think of anything, you know, outside of maybe some unbelievably weird gimmicky stage where they like ban female servants or, you know, whatever. But like, there's just nothing, right? She is always unbelievably meta all of the time, because Merlin, as good as he is, there are occasionally times where it's like, yeah, no, he doesn't really make sense here, right? That's never a thing with Castoria. Yeah, I have seen a lot of whales quit because of Castoria, if they realize it or not, and some of them have realized it, even talked about it. Like, yeah, the game just started getting way too samey. I didn't get to, there was no reason for me to, you know, mix up my units and my teams, and it just got boring, right? Because I know some people, they like looking at a new event, and they like, you know, figuring out what's the meta way to farm it and how to maximize this and that, and, you know, that's like something they enjoy. And when Castoria is there, it's like, that's just gone. You don't have that anymore. And I know some people hate farming, and that's fine. I hate farming too, but that doesn't mean I want farming to be literally the same thing all the time. And I'm going to be, you know, phoning it in on farming one way or the other, so there's no reason for it to be so boring for the people that actually care about it. I don't think Vish and Oberon are even better anyway. And also, I gotta, okay, chat, because I think a lot of people here, they don't actually know what the gameplay in FGO looks like when you're trying to like min-turn a challenge quest. Okay, I really think most of the player base does not understand what I'm about to talk about. Like, they don't realize this, but this is the goddamn truth. 3-turning challenge quests is not meta at all, because what generally, if you have a really hard challenge quest or you have a really hard main story fight, you don't just boot it up and 3-turn it immediately. you normally have to reset, and you need to wiggle around a little bit with the craft essences, and a lot of time you need luck. A lot of the 3-turn min challenge, min clears of like the really hard challenge quests and the main story fights, they had to reset a fuckload because they had to get ridiculously good RNG on their normal cards and things like that. They don't work otherwise. They're not meta. It's not an efficient way to beat the challenge quest. It's not. It's a way to show off, and it's like a arbitrary slice of gameplay that's editing out all the other nonsense that is around it. You know, the resetting and the resetting and the resetting and the resetting and the min-maxing and having to figure out, okay, no, this CE is better, that CE is better, this support needs to be in the front, not the back. You know, it cuts out all of that. The actual efficient way for most players to actually beat Fluffy or this Marine Story fight or this challenge quest, to be able to beat it the first time and just beat it at all, the most efficient way for them to do that is not trying to 3-turn it. And it's not, right? That's inefficient. The efficient thing to do is to bring a safe setup that will absolutely involve Castoria. And yes, generally go quickly. If you go somewhat quickly, you're going to ignore a lot of the gimmicks and not have to deal with the boss's normal card damage very long and be able to just get it, over with. So generally, if you're trying to be super efficient, you're going to still go fast, but it's probably going to be a 5-turn or a 6-turn or something like that, not a 3-turn, right? And thank you for the sub, Sidica. Did they say it? Sidica? Thank you for the 4 months, man. I appreciate it. That's actually somewhat of a reasonable name, so I'll take that. Or Sidicia or something. Anyway, let's not run it. But yeah, this idea that like the meta is like trying to figure out how to use Vich and Oberon to 3-turn as best as possible, it's bullshit. That's literally not the meta. That's just showing off and also editing out the amount of like RNG that is required or trial and error that is required. Right, and most people are just doing it because they find it fun to do it. They're not trying to say 3-turning with some ridiculous. And also, generally the 3-turns that involve Vich and Oberon also still involve Castoria. Like, because the meta is generally 1 DPS, 5 supports, and every one of those supports has a big battery on it. So it's normally like Vich, Castoria, it's sometimes even Waver, right? It's just rotating all of the supports that have a bunch of damage up and battery. And Castoria normally makes the cut because even if you're not an art unit, she still gives you a lot of damage up. She still gives you an invulnerability, so maybe the DPS is about to get blasted. Like maybe you break the boss's health bar and the NP, and so you let that NP kill your supports, so you get to bring in 2 new supports. But Castoria gives the invulnerability from her art up to the DPS unit so they don't die. Or you do shit like that all the time. This isn't some big brain thing. It's just an easy way to cycle your supports. So Castoria makes the cut all the time. Even if you are trying to do like a Vich Oberon thing, and so that doesn't mean Castoria isn't meta as fuck on that team. She always is meta. There's just no time she's not meta. Like, it's not a thing. But yeah, I cannot tell you how many people have this idea that like the optimal way to play the game is doing these like min-turn setups that you see YouTube videos of, even though those setups normally they don't take like, like a week to make. Because here's the thing, a lot of the low start setups are not always optimal for either, because sometimes those take so much, figuring out and puzzling out, and sometimes trial and error as well, or even luck as well, and things like that. But if you notice, a lot of times for like the low start clears to come out for a new challenge quest, it can take the people that do those videos days, if not weeks, to get the video out, because it's that hard to figure out how to do it, right? Generally, 3 turns for a challenge quest come out within like 2 hours, of the challenge quest being released. So they're not that hard to do, but they still don't do them first try, generally. You still have to be like, oh, you have this and that, and then move that thing, okay. Right? Like, so it's not like you just jump in and do it. They're still slower than just beating the challenge quest with like a really safe, optimal, reasonable setup, which will, involve Castoria every single time. But yeah, Castoria bad, she boring, you use her for everything if you have her, no matter what, unless you're intentionally handicapping yourself. Like, that's like all there is to it. If you're not using Castoria, it's because you're handicapping yourself, which is fine. I handicap myself all the time, but that's obviously not healthy for the game. Oh man, Jin K Bond 3, it's one of our highest bonds. I imagine by Oceanus we're probably gonna start getting a little bit more bond, I would hope, per stage. Alright, I think it's Attila time. Okay. Well, Billy makes a lot of sense because we don't have any other. I'm assuming Cairo doesn't even have Kid Gill and stuff right now, so. Okay, she's an AoE NP. Man, AoE NPs are going to be such a problem on this account in the future because we're not allowed to have David. Oh boy. That is such a problem, and our ability to go fast is pretty limited. Thank God we can use whatever craft essence we want, though. Well, I guess we're not allowed to use like Poster Girl and stuff like that, but we can use most craft essences because holy crap, that's going to be a problem. Like single targets, we at least have some taunts. We have Mash, we've got Leo, and we've got Benkei. But for AoE, man, we don't have a lot. I'm not sure I actually start with Kid Gill, but we can always do the Mystic Code and then Mash's invulnerability. I just need Mash not to die super quick then, so I'll give her that. I'm pretty sure, though, off memory, if we're low level like this, I think Attila does hit really hard, but guess we're about to find out. I've got William Tell. He's unfortunately one of those units that doesn't get a lot of stats low level. He gets them later at the higher levels, but he's still an archer. Is there any drive-by support at all? I guess Jason, actually. That's something. Probably have Tell come in there, then. He's gonna be there for just pure normal card damage. If I had more team cost, I would do that. I would absolutely do that. I guess Charlotte, just because she has an evade. Alright, how much health she got? There's literally no reason why a new account can't have 2030. You can just get it out of any summon you ever do ever. I don't know why people act like the rate on 5-star CEs is not even that low. Like, I guarantee you, almost everyone gets 5-star CEs, and then it's just not the one that they want, and then they act like 5-star CEs don't exist. Also, that is such a good emote, the blob in the hazmat suit. Is that a video game controller, like he gaming? What is that? Or is that just the mask? That's just the mask, okay. That'd have been so good if there was a video game controller there. Alright, 100k. Okay, so she's no Shadow Herc, but, that's still way more than Saber Alter had. What do we do here? Kid Gill, though, he ready to fire. Do I do the Buster or the Art? I think we do the Art. He's got 30% NP. That's something. Yeah, we'll do Art. That sucks, Star Killer. I hope it doesn't result in literally everyone getting it, but that does happen a lot. Hopefully no one gets a really serious case of it. Guess we kill Billy. I'd like to save the invulnerability until the NP turn, but that might not be reasonable.
Okay.
Because her normal card damage does seem quite high. She's really liking those Buster cards. I'll wait one turn. I think Mash is still somewhat likely to survive here. But she'll have to throw it out next turn, I think. Sadly, the NP gain is not really happening. I'm really worried Tusk is gonna get COVID because you know, he still goes out into the outside world for his work and stuff. And if he gets it, I'm definitely getting it. Oh, damn it. And because of my health issues, like I don't, it's not even COVID. I don't want to get anything. If I get a cold, it can make a huge problem for me. And yeah, if Tusk gets it, I think I'll get it, and that would really suck. But if it was just me living on my lonesome like I used to, I'd be so safe. Like I have no reason to go out, and you know, when I get my mail and everything, I'm really careful and stuff. So I'd be really safe. Because my work is online now, I'm actually in a really fortunate position. But I had to be a dumbass and be like, yeah, Tusk, you know, it'll be good if you move in over here, you know, save you a lot of money. And like, you know, why not? And then COVID happened. I'm like, well, shit. But yeah, hopefully it'll work out. Okay, well, now that Jason is here, I guess we don't have to use Mash's skill yet. Technically, I could hold the evade too. I think I just throw it out now because Jason could definitely die here. This is not good. We honestly got no value out of Billy whatsoever, and I wasn't even doing like normal card damage, still trying to get NP. So this is kind of rough. No, these days my work is streaming and YouTube. I make more than enough from that to keep myself afloat pretty easily these days. So I know the game industry rather well though because it's something I followed like my whole life, and I know people that work in it. But it's something I've paid attention to. But I used to have normal jobs, but not anymore. Basically, I had suspected for a while, because for a while there, I'm sure some of y'all remember this, I used to work a regular job and stream in YouTube, and I had absolutely no free time back then. I'm not exaggerating. There was just not a second of free time back then. That shit was crazy. But back then, I suspected that if I wanted to, I could have quit my job and I could have done YouTube, Twitch, and been fine. But I didn't have the guts to do it. I literally just did not have the bravery to try. COVID, though, made it a lot easier to give it a shot. So, yeah. Do I save William Tell? Okay, I want to do the invulnerability on Kid Gill because he's gonna get the NP. Although, actually, I should have given it to William Tell because William Tell can art chain and Kid Gill would have gotten it anyway. So, that was kind of a mistake. Yeah, that was definitely a mistake. Okay, put Kid Gill last though because probably giving up on William Tell here. I think we're gonna lose. Shit. I think we'll probably be able to beat it. I think we can definitely handle this, but I think we're gonna lose. Billy just getting deleted like that was quite bad. Oh, there goes Mash. So, if I had given William Tell the invulnerability, he'd be at 40%, but then I also would have put his art card last, so he'd probably be at like 45% or whatever. Well, that sucked. Holy crap, and I could have done another art chain if I didn't do Kid Gill's NP here, and then he would probably get his NP, but because we didn't do all that, I think we just do the brave chain and hope this really fucks her up. If we can get that 40% to crit, that's gonna be great. It's not just Esco, I mean, it's like, you know, Dark Souls. It's just streaming and YouTube in general, but obviously that's the main thing that I make content for. I'm actually really lucky that streaming has taken off for me because, you know, Esco's really slowed down with the content they put out, so I don't have much to make videos for these days. And yeah, I could try to switch games or whatever, but that's always a pain in the butt. And also, I like FGO and I like the Fate franchise, so I don't really want to do that. But thankfully, streaming's gone well enough that, fine. And I've been really shocked and just grateful. Like, when I played Dark Souls, what, 10 years old? Like, Dark Souls 3? When did Dark Souls 3 come out? Jesus Christ, insane. It came out, okay, it's not quite that old, but it came out in 2016, right? That's, you know, we're 2022 now. That's an old game, right? That's not a really relevant game anymore. But I've still been able to get decent viewership in it, and I was really surprised by that. And so that gives me a lot of hope that, you know, if in future, you know, Fate explodes or whatever, I'll be able to be fine and by playing other games and stuff. So I'm very fortunate. I'm a lucky piece of shit, so. So much chat was too alive back then. But yeah, Dark Souls 3 old game, and yeah, I'm still able to get good viewership from it, and I assume it'll be fine for Elden Ring and whatnot. So okay, we're actually won. It was quite close because William Tell got deleted, Billy got deleted. Probably one-shot Charlotte's hair, but thankfully Kid Gill was protected enough, and he did good enough damage, so we got through there. That was close. That was close. Not too bad though. Honestly, Septem was the easiest. Did we wipe it all in Septem, chat? I'm trying to remember. I think we might have wiped something stupid once. But, yeah, we wiped a few times in Orleans, like Carmella got us. And then we wiped a lot in Fuyuki, yeah, Septem wasn't bad. Actually, I think Elden Ring will go better for me when it's not the first few months. Because I actually think trying to get any kind of like channel growth or whatever during Elden Ring's launch is like impossible for the average person. Because everyone's gonna play it. Everyone's gonna play it. Like all the big Souls streamers are gonna play it. Like all the big names in the Souls community are gonna play it, obviously. But all the mainstream streamers are gonna play it. All of them. You know, like Markiplier or whatever. I don't know who the fuck is big anymore, but literally any big name in streaming, right? All of them are gonna be playing Elden Ring. So if you're like trying to get anywhere with Elden Ring, it's not gonna happen, right? It's literally not gonna happen. But as time goes on, right, that'll wear off, right? And you know, then you have a shot at it, because it's gonna be one of those games that has a cult following forever, right? Just like Dark Souls has a cult following forever. Yeah, XQC is #1 last people looked. Yeah, Kyle's gonna be playing it. I'm gonna be playing it. So I think one thing that's actually helped me with like Dark Souls and just streaming in general is because I don't shut the fuck up, right? I'm really good at, I express my opinions very freely, right? Because I've watched, there's been times where I've wanted to watch like someone stream Dark Souls PvP or something, right? And but all the like people I like watching, like Ouroboros and stuff, they're not streaming. So I'll check out, you know, randoms. And so often, now this is not all the time, but so often, only like 2 people are even streaming the PvP, and there's like 30 people streaming like, you know, soul level 1 runs or no hit run or speed run or whatever, which I don't give a shit about. And so the couple of people that are streaming PvP don't even talk, or they barely talk, right? They're just, you know, they're not entertaining the chat very much. Where, you know, I'm a goddamn motor mouth, and I'll you can ask me anything and I'll have an opinion about it. So that has really behooved me, I think, in streaming. Okay, so we beat Septem. Feels pretty good. We don't quite have enough SQ here unless we can get enough from our turn-ins, which we cannot. Why can you not click this tab? Like, why? What is wrong with them? This UI, dude, 10 out of 10. Like, it's been like that way for years. Like, that's such an easy fix, and they've just never bothered. Yeah, I mean, of course, there's other people that stream Dark Souls that are, you know, they talk and stuff. I'm just saying, there's a lot of times where no one is streaming Dark Souls that actually PvPs and also talks or commentates or whatever, right? There's just gaps like that, so... that won't be the case for Elden Ring, though, for a very long time. That's why I was saying it's not a good launch point for a channel, like, at all. Oh, yeah, I'll check Chaldia Gate. We've got the Mystic Codes. We actually don't have Anniversary Blonde right now because we haven't done it stage. Probably do that real quick. Because it only costs 5 AP. Yeah, it's definitely Anniversary Blonde, because I'm quite sure I haven't done that stage. Let's go smack it. Yeah, there's the goods. We can actually do these now, because our AP is 52. Even when you have level up AP, it won't let you do these stages. I don't think we could really do these stages easily, though, especially the Berserker one. I think we'd get destroyed. I don't think we're strong enough right now. This one, though, is super easy, and I'm pretty sure we can handle it. Oh yeah, I've talked about the whole Aniplex FGO ownership thing like a million times. That's like all we talked about for a while there. I don't think there's a lot of need for me to rehash that. I think that would bore most of the chat, but I guess the short version of it is it's not like companies acquiring other companies like that is nothing new in the business world, and not new in the game industry either. It happens all the time, honestly. And it often does not turn out well, right? Especially when the one buying them is a really mainstream conglomerate, right? Like, it can definitely make issues. But in FGO's case, there is some hope just because they obviously have a lot of issues with their workflow, and like their hiring and firing I don't think has been particularly good. And so Aniplex might actually get that kind of stuff sorted out. And because Type Moon is still in the picture, it might prevent stuff becoming completely artistically bankrupt. But we'll just have to see. You know, like I've seen companies like this get bought and everyone acts like nothing will change, all the staff is the same, it's all fine, and then as the years go on, it absolutely changes, and you know, the mandates coming down from on high are different because of who's in charge, and you know, that affects things pretty severely. So it can be very negative. But in FGO's case, it could be pretty bad because they kind of already are corporate shills, and they're basically corporate shills that are not good with their workflow. And so I'm hoping now there'll be corporate shills that are at least good with their workflow. So it honestly could be a net gain for us. It really could. But it's something to be wary of. You never know with these kinds of things. It'll be a very long time before we know, though. These things are generally slow burn, and also things that development time on games is very slow. The things that we see have been, like when a new character gets added, that's been being worked on for like 6 months, right? A new feature gets added, that's been, you know, in the pipelines for a long time. You know, so new management, new mandates from on high, right? New hiring and firing, those kinds of things don't really show in the game itself for quite some time. So there's, unfortunately, we're going to be in limbo for a good while, I think, before we know what the hell is going on. But, I don't know, I'm hopeful for just more manpower, because it's really shown that FGO's got a manpower problem. Or just a man-hours problem, so it's like a mix of using their hours poorly, and the amount of people that we have is probably too low. And even Tucson had kind of implied that with that interview a while ago. So yeah, I definitely think they could use some new blood. Yeah, I know. I've seen so many similarities though between how FGO is run and how WoW was run. I don't really keep track of WoW anymore, but like, you know, Blizzard really started doing the whole, you know, milk your veterans instead of trying to make the game better and trying to bring in new players and stuff. Like, they're just, I mean, on so many fronts, FGO is run almost exactly like WoW was. It's actually shocking how similar a lot of their decision making is. And it's because they're both big, you know, corporate run things, and they're both very short-term quarterly gains focused and that kind of thing. So I'm kind of worried about that, and hopefully that changes, but we'll see. Well, this is like the easiest stage ever. When you 3-turn it with level 20s. Alright, well there's our anniversary. Oh, shit, it's not over yet. Excuse me. This is actually impossible to 3-turn because it's 5 waves. Shit, I had no idea. I clicked the wrong Blood Axe card. I wanted the other one. Oh, fuck. No! Well, there goes our min turn. I gotta turn my FGO license now, chat. Actually, that might not work either. I probably should have put in a buster card. I'm overestimating myself here. Yeah, close, but nice stun there, Medusa. Well, it was all scuffed anyway. 7 turn. We'll see. Dude, that visible air, that's so not how that's supposed to look. I don't know what they were thinking with that. A little too much. A little too much. Alright, nom. Big 12K. You know, that's actually kind of nice for a new account. It's not that many, but still. Like, it's all different ones instead of, like, multiple of the same. Alright, let us level up to 30. 30 to 35 is our level cap now, roughly. So let's get to 30, and then we will try to beat Shadow Herc again. So we need to think about what are the smart characters to boost up here. So Charlotte was one of our better units before, but I'm not sure she gets a whole lot out of 30. Because this is going to allow a lot of units to get their second skills, which can be a big deal. Yeah, Cairo beat Septem. I'm gonna look some units up here. Looking at people's second skills. So survival stuff is good. Anyone that gets survival stuff, that's gonna be very good for Herc. So Blood Axe gets his guts, so that's alright. Although Berserker on Berserker violence is not exactly the most meta, but still. Does Jason... No, Jason doesn't get anything, I don't know. Kid Gil, I think it's his Charm, which honestly would be really good. However, Herc can cast his mental debuff resistance, and then because that default rank, the Charm chance isn't that great. Between that and the chance of debuff resistance, that's not good. However, on a run where it happened to land, that would be a huge amount of value. Oh, Salome gets her invulnerability. Say no more. Like, say no more. That is the easiest pick of my life. That is clearly our first one here. Yeah, Proven Friendship is also good if it happens to land as well. See ya, TG. So I'll probably use her in stage 3 in terms of cosmetic, but for now we'll go stage 1. The veil is kind of eh. Not a big fan of the fashion there. How long is this voice line, you crazy bitch? And don't anybody do a fucking D-face. Everyone knows Salome is... Has anyone read her My Room lines? Like, she is absolutely insane. She is not one of those servants where they tried to be like, oh yeah, she's nuts, but there's a good side. No, she is just nuts. She is absolutely insane. And everyone's doing D-face, of course. Chat, what are you, 5? If I tell you 2 D-face and you don't, what are we doing here? Yeah, she just likes heads, right? Yeah, she just likes heads is all. No ulterior motive in there that's behind that. All right, so aim for 30, but if we happen to go over that, it's not a big deal. But the idea is to aim for 30. 4,000, 4,000. I think her levels are probably going to start to slow down soon. Mash is still pretty good to level because she's the only one that doesn't take double damage. Like if you need stall, she's about the only one. Okay, so I think she's still worth it. Like, it's just really good here. She can go to max and then ascend. I mean, I'm not saying, you know, every other character in the game is better than Salome. I'm just saying Salome is insane. Ooh. Oh man, I don't know, chat. We only got 8 right now. I mean, she's not gonna gain stats, so I'll just wait for now. She doesn't gain a skill there. She doesn't gain a skill there, and she doesn't gain stats there, so there's not actually any reason to do it. What's Hector's inherent stun chance? If it's actually kind of high, we might just keep throwing him at Shadow Herc until he happens to land it at a good time. It's 60%. It's better than Kid Gills, and it's not affected by the a mental debuff immunity. I'll tell you what, if you got his skill to rank 10 and you give him a CE to boost his stun chance, he actually has a 100% chance to stun. That's not bad. Okay, I actually think we go with Hector. That is such an impactful thing if he happens to land it. I think that's worth going for. Let's see if he gets a lucky great success here or something. Oh hey. Not quite enough, but still good. Alright, he's gonna have to land the goods here. I might level Blood Axe because just a unit with guts, it could buy us the time that we need. There's also Leonidas for same thing. Blood Axe though has the attack down, defense down, which is nice. But Leonidas has the taunt, so you could protect that unit that's trying to get their NP or something. Okay, that's pretty good. And I know there's no regret in leveling Leonidas because I know for a fact we're gonna need him as we progress through the story and whatnot. Yeah, we're trying to do Herc at low level just for fun. It's not, you know, there's no real practical reason to do it. Yeah, you do get one SQ. And I think he drops like a Void Dust or something. We'll see. I'm curious how this stage is gonna look when they give him an animation update. Because right now, like, the fire plume doesn't look particularly good, but that could change. Oh no. Thankfully, we said 30 to 35, it's okay. And at least he's a tank, so we actually kind of benefit from that. Yeah, that right now is not the best fire effect I've ever seen. I wish you could have his chest piece in stage 2, though, with his helmet and spear from stage 1. Although I like both spears, to be honest, they're both pretty good. But yeah, I wish you could combine. Because that chest piece, the shoulder pads are kind of not real, but like that kind of chest plate is actually a real thing, and Spartans did wear it, so it'd be nice to be able to combine that. But I like the helmet better in stage 1. The spear is about tied. It's good either way. This one is more down to earth and like realistic, but this is still pretty reasonable. It's obviously fantasy, but it's reasonable and it looks kind of cool. So, but yeah, I'm fine with either spear. I really think they should draw, because Gwen's Flame isn't actually reusable because it's a drawn thing, but they might draw it. The thing is, because it's constantly moving, it's a lot easier for them to do that with CGI, you know, 3D render. Because you'd have to animate quite a few frames if you wanted to draw it. And also, anytime he moved, oh yeah, they're probably gonna do a 3D model for that. Because anytime Leonidas would attack and stuff like that, and he's doing a new thing, you'd have to keep reanimating it. Now, yeah, you could reanimate it using frames from like the previous just standing still stuff as well. But yeah, I don't know, I don't think they'll do it. I hope they do, because it's actually not that much work, but it's probably more work than they're gonna want to do. But who knows? He might not get an animation update for a while, so there could be new people in charge of all that. What does Romulus get? Does he get Imperial Privilege? Obviously at min rank, it's not exactly impressive, but yeah, it's 22% at min rank. Actually, I might not even have the Lancer things to do it anymore. That does make him pretty powerful, though, with just like having 2 heals. The heal Lance no matter what. Let's see if he can get it, because that would be nice. Like, never mind for Shadow Herc, just in general, having a Lancer with double heal like that. We can level our skills whenever we want. We're not handicapped on that. Like, if you look at the Garbo thing, that's the limits. If it's not on there, it's not a limit. The reason we haven't really leveled our skills is because we don't have any skill gems right now. And the few gems we have, we don't want to waste, so we're just waiting until it's, like, relevant. Yeah, I don't have enough. I had a feeling that was the case. That's alright, though. We probably weren't going to use him, like, this second anyway. Now, I'm not sure I'm going to ascend him right now, but I'm going to go ahead and level him, because, I'm sure we'll use him. Like, we want the stats. Actually, I probably will ascend him because we might use him for Shadow Herc here, and not gonna be wasted, so. I'm gonna have to waste XP no matter what I do here. His Charisma, I actually think is pretty solid in this fight, and if he happens to land some bullshit charm, I'll take it. Cool jacket. Anyone else that makes immediate sense here? Sanson actually, I don't know if we'll use him for Herc, but Sanson is definitely one we want to get up, because this will give us our heal. If Sanson's ever going to be worth a damn, it's when he's got his second skill. Need to do his strengthening quest to get the debuff clear, because we have no debuff clear available right now. There's the ascension stage I like for him. Although his first one is fine too. Good man. Alright, let me actually look at the Herc fight and kind of figure out what we're going to use. So Hector didn't make the cut last time we tried it, but I think Hector does make the cut now. I don't mind the horse shoulders in stage 2, but they're too much in stage 3. That one is going too far. Cairo. I'm messaging him right now. He don't got his units at 30 yet. Let's see. Because of that, maybe I go with Mash? Do I go with Mash? She'll still die pretty quick. But she could give invulnerability to a unit we care about. I don't know if that's worth it. Another Charlotte might be better. I'll see if he's around, and I'll get him to level Charlotte. He's not responding, chat. Cairo, you son of a bitch! You're letting the team down. What are we doing here? Alright, well... Fuck, what do we do? Could use the taunt wall. I mean, that's something. It seems pretty bad, but it might be better than the other stuff he's got. We get the 10% NP. Let me check real quick if I can level anyone's NP rank like Charlotte's. She's a 1-star, so you get her pretty easily. Good, good. We need all the damage we can get. Nothing like NP2 Sanson. I wonder if we can actually get Hector's NP and if that would be worth the effort. I feel like it wouldn't be. We're definitely going to use him though. We might use Blackbard actually. That would not shock me. I apparently haven't leveled Caligula yet. I hate using Leonidas here if he just dies immediately, but I think that's probably more reliable than anything else I can grab. It's either that or Charlotte, even though she's level 20. Those are the two things I can think of. I could totally do, that. I wonder if double taunt like that is any good. The other unit I want to protect, I kind of want to be a unit with some art cards, so there's like art chains. She's got 2, it's not that bad. I almost want to do Outrage on him, because there's a real chance he could live more than one turn with his guts, and Herc only having 2 actions per turn. I kind of want Kid Gill in here just because of the attack up and potential for charm and stuff. Okay, she needs her NP, I think, definitely. Actually, Salome's NP might be better. Damn, she's only NP 1 though, but the dot is still good, even though 200k is kind of getting to the point where the dot's not that good, but if she was NP 2, I would definitely go for her NP, but at NP 1, I'm not sure. Let me just double check real quick that we don't have a second copy of her. I don't think we do, but Yeah, I could definitely see Caligula being good for Gorgon. That is a command code. Damn. Yeah, NP2 is just such a big damage upgrade. What do we give her? Is it worth it to go for her NP anyway? I kind of think it's not, and we just have her do normal card damage. Damn. Still not quite the team cost that we need here. I cut something. I could cut this to be like a 4-star instead. It's not that big of a difference. Do I need Mash to be that tanky though? I mean, it doesn't hurt. Yeah, it's true, Herc is Divine, so if we got one more Rare Prism, we could use the Anti-Divine CC, which would be rather swell. See, what we need to do is go do the free quests in Orleans and Septem, get that SQ to do a 10 roll, get a gold we don't want, burn it, get the Anti-Divinity CE. Alright. We want Leo to just die pretty much right away here. Got 200,000 health, chat, and he one-shots people. Like, they still don't have enough health to have a particularly good chance of surviving. I'm not so sure about this, double Leo thing, but Cairo didn't have anything else up, so... NP gain or the damagey Brave Chain? Probably the damagey. Okay, we want Leo to live here. He's got a little bit more health, he's got guts, so he's pretty favored to live. You'd have to get like Buster crit, I think, for him to die. As like the first attack. It was the second attack, so we're good. Oh, Archaim's tempting, but we'll go for the damage. If I had given her, like, more focus on that from the get-go, I might have done it, but... Yeah, I don't like that. I can do Pierce Invulnerability on it, but I probably need to save it for the NP. Okay, well, now I really wish I had done that art chain, because look at this nonsense. Okay. Let's see, I guess we'll have faith that Charlotte will get it. No, let's do it like that. What's the difference here? I want to absolutely make sure Charlotte gets her NP. Okay, hit Salome, please. No, that. Well, now she's going to NP without her attack up, unfortunately. Alright, Charlotte. This needs to be impressive. Now, I could do that quick card, but we'll take the Brave Chain. Get the attack up on the extra attack and all that. I love that emote, Gray. 34. Oh boy. If Salome was in P2, I'd be like, we might be looking good here, but I'm a little nervous. Oh my god, Herc, what are you doing? She had damage cut and defense up, and you crit her. And he only got rid of the... Oh, shit! My NP, though! Well, that is probably GG on that one. Great. 40% procced, by the way. Herc, not a friend. When 60% fails you. He doesn't have magic resist, and that didn't say guard, that said miss. Oh, shoot. Lot of things going wrong here. That was fortunate, though. Why did he have to crit? I think Salome would have lived if he didn't crit. I'm actually positive she would have lived if he didn't crit, because he does about 4,400 tops, even if it's a buster attack. And she had that kind of health with the defense up and damage cut, so she absolutely would have been okay. But he crit, and he also double attacked her. If he just crit her, the invulnerability would have taken it. I almost want to evade Charlotte, but we'll wait a second. She doesn't really have any NP gain right now. I think we're dead. We needed that Salome NP, and we still would have been pushing it. Evade. We'll keep pushing our luck for a second here. We're gonna have to go for max value because if we didn't save play, we're gonna lose every time. I'd like Salome to be able to NP. I think it Hector's NP up. Well, that's not happening. Hector got all the stuff there. So the dream is Hector dies at some point here, and Charlotte doesn't, and then we evade her with the Mystic Code. Do I take the Brave Chain, though? Yeah, I guess. Oh wow, that was lucky. We're actually doing worse than we did last time. Like when we were level 20. That's not exactly how I wanted that to go, but her skill rank was at 6, this would actually come back, and then legitimately, I think she might be able to clean up here. Oh, close, man. Herc! Just don't kill me this turn. Do like a quick attack and a buff. He has 3 crit damage buffs, by the way. If we live here, we get this back and we have a chance. Herc, please. Buddy. If he had just given me my NP, we could have removed his evade with our NP. That'd have been great. No! What are you... So we could have survived that. That was an art attack, and she had enough health that she would survive that, but he crit with triple crit buff. And Berserkers have the lowest crit chance in FGO, by the way. Okay. That could have gone better. I'm not sure about the Leonidas thing at the start. That's not being particularly useful. Kairo's still not giving us a bone here. Do I go with level 20 Charlotte? Oh man, what is... Okay, hold on. Let me... Oh good, Kairo's here. It's gonna... Leo or Charlotte seem like the plays right now. Let me look at foe items, because we're allowed to do that. And we could definitely use a little bit of extra... What can I burn? Not a lot. Okay, those aren't particularly useful. There's a bunch of stuff in my second storage, like 3 stars wise, that I could burn if we need rare prisms. Which we might. That's good. Alright, that's all of our mana prisms. So for this fight, Charlotte's the one to upgrade. In general, it's Salome. Close my eyes, that run didn't happen. This is the first attempt, and you'll win for sure. I mean, it's the first time Kairo's actually leveling his unit, so we take those. Dare I give it to Charlotte, even though in the long run, I know that's not the smart pick. But it definitely helps the most in this fight. It's a lot smarter to give it to her, though, like Salome. Okay, here's what we do, because we got 30. We give her the 20, and then we give the excess ones to Charlotte. That seems reasonable. And I might have some assassin ones from the FP Gasha anyway. We got one. We got one from the FP Gasha. And we have one general one, okay. I think Saloma's also better for health. Like, if she lives an extra hit in a fight, that's a really big deal. Again, doesn't really matter here, but she's a very worthwhile unit to level up early. Dude, like, read the rules. Like, Jesus Christ, man. Like, you keep asking things, and it's like, it's all right there. Okay, I guess we do that. We're using her all the time anyway. Oh, I wish we had more mana prisms, but we'll have to make do. Cairo, you're lying to me. You probably like changed stuff, but you didn't hit the send through thing enough or whatever. Because it says you haven't logged in 10 minutes. I'm not sure he's actually here anymore. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna BRB real quick while hopefully Cairo fixes that. I need to get water real quick. Alright. Got water, and I devoured a banana. Much like that say emote. Very accurate. Okay, also Lancelot is absolutely not the strongest thing on that list, not even close. He's actually pretty shit. Billy's got the 60% starting in PCE? Okay, let's see. Okay, that's good. He's got his jacket. Cairo, do you want to just take that in chat? Because reliable crits on Lancelot on this account. So there's no Scatty, there's no Mozart, there's no Hans. That's great. Okay, so Billy good. 5,000 attack. I can get behind that. Oh yeah, we have no Qingong. Yeah, that's another thing. Reliable crits on Lancelot. That's nonsense. Yeah, if we even had Berserker a lot, I don't think we'd really use him that much. We'd use him occasionally just because he's a 4-star, but I don't think he's that good at all. No survivability, no battery, bad game. He's a synergy-based unit, and he has no synergy with the other units on this account, so... Okay, Leo first I'm okay with. The one Leo I think is good. It's just bad if he gets Buster Crit as the first action. That is terrible. Then the outrage thing and everything is wasted. But I'd say way more times than not that won't happen. This will get our NP slow. Oh, and that's the quick one. So now we go with this one then. I wouldn't mind working in Black Bart just because you could potentially get a lot of damage, but maybe Billy should just NP right away. That way you get the crit down and stuff. Okay, I think Hector definitely makes the cut because if he has a 60% chance to skip Herc's turn. That's really, really good. Somehow I really like that dance emote with this music right now. It's just really funny. Kid Gill is okay if you want him to come in and do the buff. Kind of like Mash though. That'll pretty much guarantee Charlotte gets her NP off. And Salome's got the invulnerability. This seems pretty good. If she was NP2, I'd put her in the front, honestly. But at NP1, I don't think it's quite worth it. And the dot falls off when enemies have this much health, unless you're like spamming the NP and doing the multiplier thing, but that is absolutely not happening here. I could give her Kim Lan, either that or I just try to do this to make her tanky. Let me look at the other CEs that we would want and see if we have enough like left. What would we give him? Damn, that actually been kind of good for cleanup. Might just do that, as disappointing as it is. Actually, yep, that's the one. In case he's spamming evade at the end, that's pretty good. All right, everybody's level 30. 55 out of 56. Dude, you have no idea what you're talking about, and you clearly never played like a low star account or anything like that. There's no world where you use like an assassin and like Sanson or Phantom of the Opera to do old school Stargin to try and enable Lancelot crits. That does not work at all. Like, that might work when you're fighting like a fucking golem mob, but when you're fighting like an actual boss that is so unbelievably ineffective, that is not a thing. That's not even close to a thing. That doesn't even work when you're using a more proper servant. That no one does Stargin that way, and there's a reason. Everyone uses 2030 and like Hanzu's third skill, or Mozart's Star Bomb, or Merlin's NP. Stuff like that. You don't fucking do like a fucking 2-star assassin gonna run in there and make quick cards. Like, wow, you made like 20 stars. Good luck with the RNG on that one. Sanson Stargin, don't even start it on that. Alright, this is awkward as hell because we just got our art cards. Shit. I think we do the art chain, and we don't even use Billy's second skill, and we see kind of what happens.
Okay.
Okay. I could NP right now with Billy to get the sure hit value. Huh. How likely do I think it would be that he could get a second NP if I saved it? Not that likely, so I think we just take it. So I could do Art NP and then her Buster to give her like 1 or 2 NP gain. I don't think that's worth it, so we'll go for the Star Gem here. Yeah, my point is, like, the arguments you're making are like really debunked anyway, right? Like, it's no value for Lancelot. Like, this is what I do, and there's just no world where Lancelot's a good unit. Like, he's not bad, like, because he's just a 4-star, right? Literally any 4 or 5 star is gonna have worth if we happen to get them just because of their stats. But there's no world where Lancelot is the best unit on that list. Not even close. Like, he's so meh that if he was rated up right now and I still had my SQ from like the initial story, I wouldn't roll on him. I'd rather roll story to try to get other stuff. Lancelot, or Leonidas, is still alive, which is not a good thing. Oh boy. Let's see. Okay, hopefully he just attacks Leonidas here. Also, Herc, can you please stop evading? Okay, I don't care for that. I don't care for that either. Now, if I heal Billy, he could survive a quick attack, but he'd still die to a Buster. And he might still die to an Art. However, it's unlikely that heal's going to get any value anywhere else, so I guess I do it. We do the crit here, hope we get lucky. Come on, Billy, 70% chance. That's an over. You're way more likely to crit than not. Oh my god. 30% right in the face. Okay. Well, now what? You know, if I actually had saved Billy's second skill, and now we have an Art chain here, Billy really might have gotten his NP again. I don't think he can now, though. It's just very unlikely. But I'm gonna do it in case, like, something miraculous happens and I could use Mash's second skill. It could happen. But that could have been really good if I had saved the second skill then. 43 is decent. Well, there goes our hopes and dreams. Oh no. Do I even bother giving Charlotte the invulnerability, or do I give it to... I think I give it to Salome. Because she might actually get her NP. Although Charlotte got the Brave Chain here, but insta-kill incoming, I wish. Halfway there. Oh, well, that's lucky. A little hit count. Stop doing that. Okay, 5,000 health and damage cut, although we don't have Mash's defense up, unfortunately. Charlotte, oh god damn it. That's right, he's got evade. So she got the 100% crit, but we don't have that. I guess I do this then. That means I shouldn't have done the attack up. Actually, the music's looping, although this is pretty fitting for her, to be honest. Pretty imposing. I actually think it's better not to do the stun right now because we still have this. Although it's not like I'm gonna go 2 turns, so I might as well use it now when I think about it. Why? We missed the 70% crit, and we missed the 60% stun, and Herc doesn't have magic resist. And we missed it last time too. Can we get something going our way, please?
Okay?
Work with me here, game. I would like some value. Can I have some value? Okay. Please don't kill Hector. Please don't kill Hector. Because then he can at least do the NP up. Too bad we're losing our attack up, and she's NP1! NP1 doesn't do shit! Okay, at least he didn't kill Hector. So if we had landed that crit earlier, if we had landed that stun, and if we were a higher rank than NP1, maybe this would have worked out. We're still doing worse than the time that we did double Charlotte at level 20. We're probably not gonna live long enough for that dot to really kick in. Sadness. So much sadness. Ashkin solo. Oh, you kid. We're pretty close though. Cast a skill. No, you could have done a quick attack. We could have survived that. 30k. Honestly, I think we would have won if we had landed that crit and we'd landed that stun. I think that would have done it. We let Gray down. We let Gray down. We tried so hard. But it didn't matter. Let's see. Mashed was not great, but that was kind of weird the way that all worked out. How about Kid Gill? Like, just murder. Except that makes team cost issues. What can we do? Oh yeah, I gotta remember he has sure hit. That's really easy to forget. I could do Black Bart. Kid Gill does more normal card damage to Herc by quite a lot, but Black Bart does give you burst on the NP, but Kid Gill gives you a lot of damage on your normal cards and for 3 turns. Also, Black Bart is still too much team cost, so I'd still have to change something. I wish I had a Limit Broken Ryoto Temple or something. Or Jeweled Sword. Or literally a Jeweled Sword. That would be nice. I'm trying to think of an alternative way to get starting NP here. Maybe I don't focus on starting NP on her. I don't think we can afford keys right now. I'm pretty sure we are out of those. But yeah, we could do like the anti-divinity ones. That'd help a little bit. But yeah, we don't have enough mana prisms right now, I'm pretty sure. What do we give her? Problem with this is, yeah, 4% attack is something, but it's only 150 attack stat. Which is not great. We could level Kid Gill's first skill, and we could level Charlotte's second skill for more damage. Let's try this though. This could be okay. Oh, Billy's NP4. Wow, how the crap is Billy NP4? That is ridiculous. He is a 3-star. Why is Salome over here at NP1 and Billy's NP4? How does that work? Cairo got lucky apparently, and Billy's one of the best units. I actually think Billy is potentially the best unit that we allowed on that entire list. He probably is. He's certainly the best archer, but Salome's pretty good, and even Booty Lancer's pretty good just because she's a 5-star, even though her toolkit's not exactly incredible. I think we take the Brave Chain. I thought that would give us enough NP. It don't do that. Well, I think we do art quick then. Alrighty.
Okay.
That was unfortunate. Needed just a little bit more NP there. Do the opposite now.
Okay.
Almost want to do the quick chain in case Billy can get a crit, but we gotta make sure Charlotte gets her NP. Oh crap. Did not want that to happen again. I think we have to have Billy NP now in case he dies. But the art chain, I gotta do the art chain. Like that's such a big boost for Charlotte. Oh, now you crit Billy. Couldn't do the 70% last time. Okay, that's good. Why couldn't that be his evade? Because I'm about to do sure hit. Now he's got an attack buff. I don't like that. He has double deep. Okay. He has double mental debuff resistance. The charm is not happening. The charm is not happening. Absolutely not. I think we give Billy the attack up. Well, Charlotte though has her own. Okay, hold on. I think it might still be Charlotte because of her second skill. If Billy had a Brave Chain right now, I'd give him the attack up, but he doesn't have like anything. So we'll do the Quick Chain and maybe get a lucky crit next turn. I really wish Herc didn't have that attack up right now. Yeah. It's the no special. 44k though. Maybe we do give it to Billy. She needs to NP while she still has Kid Gill's attack up. Okay, Kid Gill's gonna die, so I'm gonna cast this even though it's so... Yeah, I didn't think so, but like the tiny chance that it could land there would have been good. So Billy has crit chances, but Herc has evade.
Okay.
That's 60-70, man. But that music though. Kid Gill had a bad. Okay, another attack up. We can remove the evade if he. Oh, I didn't have it. That's probably right. He did the attack up. Well, we do this for the damage. Now she has a Brave Chain, so actually the attack up is probably good on her, even if she does slightly less damage, just because it's going to apply to the extra attack and all that as well. Like her NP might be doing less than Billy's, love to see, but I mean, it should do more because she's got the extra attack up. But I mean, without it, it probably would have done less. Yeah, no, Billy to NP does more damage because she did 46 with attack up, he did 44 without. But I still think this was the right play just because that Brave Chain in total is worth it. Well, Charlotte is incredibly dead. Now Herc has 2 attack ups and can probably kill with a quick card. I can't say I like that. Hector, come on, you've missed it 3 times. Hector, this is mathematically very unlikely. Hercules does not have debuff resistance. He has mental debuff resistance. That is not a mental debuff. He does not have magic resist. So you're just throwing out a 60% chance to stun, and you've failed it 3 times. You gotta work on your people skills. You're not befriending Hercules properly here. You gotta be more friendly. God damn it, Hector. The stun is not mental, stun is physical. The only mental debuffs are fear, and not the stun from fear, just the fear effect itself, charm, and there's like one other one that I always forget. Oh, sleep. That's a newer one. Sleep is a mental debuff. God, that sucked. Like, 1 turn is a really big deal here. Alright, Billy. Come on, bud.
Okay.
At least give me something here. Well, at least we had that one. We didn't get the 40. Oh my. Billy with the Brave Chain though.
Okay.
Dude, if we landed the stun, we would have this. Like, we might have it anyway. It's gonna be Nail Biter. But if we landed that stun, I think we absolutely would have this. One more turn here would definitely be what we need. Well, see ya, Hector. She needed to survive there. Oh, wait, do we still have evade? Oh, baby. Oh, Billy, you wonderful bastard. Oh, he doesn't even need the evade. He's got his NP right now. And if Herc evaded, we'd have sure hit. Oh, feels good. We take those. That's a big value shift there because we still have the evade, and we never landed the stun! We never landed the stun! If we had just landed the stun, that would have been so, like, so much easier. Alright, we got him, boys. We got him. That's definitely been the hardest boss so far. It's that and that Fuyuki stage right before Saber Altar. That and then this has definitely been the hardest, but this was definitely the hardest stage. Doing it at level 30 anyway. So you get a Void Dust and an SQ for doing that. Yeah, we could have thrown SQ at it and won that way. Clearly. Oh boy, so that's one. I've done all the other free quests, so we still have to do that one. But I'll do that stuff off stream. Oh! Hello! Alright, it is time to roll story, boys. Give us the goods. Okay, I'm not watching the animations. I don't have the patience for that. Oh, that's decent. It's decent. Got the extra attack stat on it, so it's gonna be good. This account's not gonna be able to. It's not gonna do crit stuff much, but still. If only. If only. If this was a regular account, that'd just be the best thing. Maxington, didn't you just do this? Thank you for the 5 gifted subs, man. I appreciate it. Herc celebration, I take it, but I appreciate it, dude. We didn't have David, apparently. Oh! There we go. That's good. Starting NP. More of that, the better. But thank you, man. That's you've gifted me a lot of subs. That's like a lifetime of subs from you there. That is the wrong Lancelot. We were just talking about that, but see, that one would be amazing on this account because he's very self-sufficient. Unfortunately, that Lancelot is not allowed. So that is our anti-divinity CE right there. Oh, we got Alex. That's good. We needed Alex. Yeah, we have gotten a lot of golds on this account. It's just almost none of them were able to use. Oh, double coup. Where is this roll on my main account? I need coup coins. Like, I'm literally at 0 coup coins right now. And I'm only at level 114, and I still don't have a second passive. So I still need so many coup copies. Peace was never an option, chat. Obviously, I'm taking your luck, clearly. We're, although if I was taking chat's luck, we'd have case scope by now. Okay, we got another William Tell and stuff too. Alright, I love Lancelot, but if they're not allowed, they're not allowed. Alright, let's there it is. I couldn't find the Rare Prism shop. I was looking, but wasn't happening. Alright, we gotta find Arjuna here. It's a shame you have to keep spinning Rare Prisms to limit break it, and we will someday, because we're gonna need it. But it might be a little while before we get another one. I wouldn't mind getting one more copy so I can take it to level 40, because that's a pretty good attack set at that point. But it is nice to get like a Melty Sweetheart, maybe the Pierce and Vulnerability one, stuff like that. We shall see. We'll take it one step at a time as we get Rare Prisms. Oh, I should actually loot these the leveling stuff, so. Let's go ahead and level that craft essence. I think we'll get plenty of use out of it. And that's like our end game. You know, Fluffy is the goal. Not that, I'm not even sure we're gonna make it there, but, you know, beating Fluffy would be the dream. I don't know how that'd be even remotely possible, but any chance of it happening is definitely gonna involve either a limit-broken Black Grail or a limit-broken Anti-Divinity CE. Six, 6, 6. How about that? No, boo. We'll level this one too. There's no way we're not going to use this. Our options for starting NP are so abysmal. And we're slowly getting the team cost to be able to work in a few more CEs. Might want to save the 3-star CEs that I don't want for mana prisms actually, but I'll use these for now. When the Mega Gura event comes, this account is gonna pop off. Yeah, because we allowed a lot of those bad welfares. Get that Nobu right. Just start carrying with Nobu. Where are we with skill gems here? Okay. Wow. Yeah, we're nowhere with skill gems right now. Not at all. Might need to start doing some of those dailies. They're actually hard though. With these restrictions, the dailies will be quite tough. Especially the new ones. We couldn't handle the new ones. We'd get absolutely crushed there. Now we could summon a support to carry us, but that's against the rules, so. Alright, chat. I think that's a good time to wrap up. I might not do a bonus stream today just because I want to do some stuff with friends, but I'm not even sure they're available right now. Well, okay, we'll do a little bonus stream. Maybe not as long as normal, but we'll do a little bit of Dark Souls 3. I have been enjoying playing that again, so. Would you take a character off the list if they got an insane buff? No, we've already talked about this over and over again. What's on the list is on the list. We're not doing any weird, you know, asterisk nonsense. There's no, oh, this unit, but only if you don't buff them, right? None of that. It's just the units on the list are the units on the list. If they get buffed, then just we're lucking out. You know, we're not gonna say, oh, you can use Vlad, but not if he uses buffs, right? We're not doing any of that. It's like they're either in or they're out, and that's it. No, no bullshit. You know, nuance with the rules, right? Nice and simple. It's like I don't know why so many people keep asking stuff. Like, it's what's on the picture, right? There's no nuance there. It's what's on the picture, and that's it. Anyway, alright, I am going to wrap up the FGO here, and then we will switch over to Dark Souls. For those that don't want to watch Dark Souls, we will be back at this tomorrow, most likely. And I'm actually quite excited for... I did not really enjoy Septem that much. The bosses at the end were pretty fun, but Septem I knew was going to be a drag, and I really wanted to get that behind us. But I'm looking forward to Oceanus, because that's going to be a challenge, I think, and I can get behind that. Yeah, because Oceanus is like a big step up. In terms of stats. Changing the stream title and all that kind of stuff. Alright, let me reset the stream just so the VODs are separated, and I will be back in just a moment.